Were you guys able to hear me? I thought I had, I thought I was in the studio. I wasn't even in the studio. Were you guys able to hear me? YouTube cameras. Welcome, Demetrius. Welcome, Miss Motown. Welcome, Marvelous Me. L. Edwards. I'm glad you guys made it. Just Net. Cheryl Burnett. Right to be Told. And Astro Kid. Welcome you all to my channel. I hope you guys have had a wonderful weekend thus far. Focus on you. Violence on a Sunday. Oh, you guys can hear me now, though. Press 1 if you can hear me now. I want to make sure my mic is up. YouTube camera. Also, if I missed you, welcome. Okay, so let's just really get down to what it really is. Okay, so I don't understand why anybody on YouTube gets mad when somebody talk about their full shit on YouTube. I mean, if you do it on YouTube, if you display it on YouTube, people are going to talk about it the same way they talk about everybody else and what happens to them on YouTube. But the thing that is so curious to me is, how did I go from never being seen by Tracy to, oh, she has a black toe, to, oh, she's a short, fat chick who's laying in a recliner. Okay, so if I hit a link, how is it? What device am I using that allows you to see my toe, me sitting in a recliner, and all of these things? I mean, a lie don't care who tells it. But then when you tell the truth about Tracy, then she want to get all hysterical and have a hissy fit. Nobody's lying on Tracy. People are saying what they observed, and what they observed this past weekend was like some real crazy things that happened. And while she may not be like Brianna, she says she's not like Brianna and nobody stole her purse and she's begging people. But yes, you are begging people, because it's been many a month that you beg people for rent money, that you ask if everybody just put in $1. Oh, it's almost that time of the month again. You openly beg people for your rent money. Okay. And then she goes on to talk about home training. Tracy, do you want to talk about home training? Do you really want to talk about people who have no home training? Because home training would mean you're not fighting at your father's funeral and getting arrested for fighting at your father's funeral. We want to talk about home training. Okay, well, let's talk about that interview that you did with Rob, and you were eating food, stuffing all 5 of your fingers down your throat, and then picking up the lettuce off of your lap and then stuffing that down your throat. See, you don't even have table manners. You sat up there and ate like a gorilla who first tasted French fries. I mean, and you want to pretend like it didn't happen? The video's up. Everybody knows that you were eating food out of your lap. You should not. You just should never even say the word home training. I can't believe she even mustered up the courage to say anything about home training. Tamika Miller, McMillan, welcome. Angela Vasilina, I'm sorry if I butchered that name, but welcome. Hey, dear self, how you doing? Youngest sibling, welcome, welcome. Glad to see you. Okay, and let's go over. I'm just going over another few things that now I personally don't have anything to prove to anybody. What I put out here is what I want to have put out here, and you can discuss anything that I put out here. But I know a lot of people like lying, so and making up things, and they feel like their lives is so pathetic that surely your life has to be worse. And that's usually people who dox, because it's awful funny that the people who dox people all the time live the most minuscule, most borderline lives that you could ever imagine. But they think that if I'm living this bad, surely someone must be living worse than me. If my man is a raging alcoholic who is always talking about screwing other women and doing violent, deviant acts upon me in front of whoever's in the room, surely someone else must have that type of person that they claim to be their man. If my man is going on camera vomiting in cups and drunk all the time, surely someone else must have a person like that. No, no, everybody don't choose people like that. No, that's not a thing. That's your thing, but that's not everyone's thing. And let's talk about let me see. We're supposed to believe that what Rob said yesterday, he was just kidding, and you guys didn't know how to take it. And you know that Tracy knew exactly what he meant. He and Tracy knew that he meant that another way. Well, if Tracy knew that he meant that another way, why was it that Tracy asked for an apology? I say it again. How you doing? If she knew he meant it another way, why did she sit up there on her show and ask him for an apology? And after he apologized, you really mean it? You really mean it? But if you knew he meant it another way, why are you asking him for an apology? Are you dumb? Because I'm not dumb. We saw it for what it was, and what it was is what it was, something that he needed to apologize for. But hey, you do you. You do you, because I don't I don't try to build personal relationships off of YouTube. YouTube is the internet. So you said that you don't meet people off the internet, but yeah, YouTube is very much so the internet. But I digress. But see, I'm not trying to make anything work with a person off the internet for a relationship who's an alcoholic. But you do you. Hey, you feel like doing it right now? You do you. And you get what comes with it. These are your choices, your decision, and nobody put you out on Front Street worse than that motherfucker who you won't say a bad word about. But he says all these deviant and bad things about you. But hey, you do you, boo boo. It would never be me. Okay. And then she said, he was just drunk. And, if he's drunk, you really can't take it seriously. You can't take anything seriously if he's drunk. No, bitch, a drunk mind speaks a sober, a drunk mind speaks a sober heart. So whatever he didn't have the heart to tell you when he was sober, he's going to tell you when he's drunk. And what he told you when he was drunk, as you say, that he would punch you in your face. And this comes on the heels, so conveniently, it came on the heels that you were on a rampage about something Pizarro said last week. And you said, if Pizarro had a real man, he should knock her in her mouth. Well, isn't that funny? And then the very next week, your alleged man who you're building a relationship says that he's going to punch you in your face. See, be careful what, like they say, when you dig a grave for one person, you ought to dig two, because you may be needing the grave before they do. But, I digress. I don't have any proof of Pizarro's husband ever saying anything like that. But that just shows that, it's okay and acceptable for Tracy to have somebody who's doing domestic violence against them. Domestic violence seems to be okay with Tracy because she was the one who put out that Pizarro should be smacked in her mouth by her husband. And then the very next week, are we supposed to feel sorry for Tracy? That an alcoholic that she, by her own words, chooses to deal with, chooses to try to build a relationship with, and said he's going to punch her in her face? Well, you can feel sorry for her, but I'm not going to feel sorry for anybody who promotes domestic violence on anyone. Never, ever. And it's never okay. Okay, so also, Tracy said that men come a dime a dozen, and she has plenty of people who she talked to. Bitch, you don't leave out of the house. You don't have human contact. The last man you had human contact was putting handcuffs on your dingy ass because you were sitting on the internet calling the police. And if you're such a bad bitch, how come you weren't a bad bitch when 5A and Tracy D was around your apartment snapping pictures at your jobs? How come you weren't a bad bitch then? How come you wasn't on watch when all that was happening? How come you weren't a bad bitch when a bad bitch behavior was needed? You're not a bad bitch. So all that cursing and all that unnecessary stuff you do, you're not fooling anyone but yourself because we see you for what you are, bitch. You're a low life, no home training having, dirty ass bitch who didn't shower for 3 days, who doesn't know how to cook. Bitch, you don't have the woman skills to even have a man, bitch. When was the last time you ever cooked a meal, Tracy? When was the last time you ever shopped for groceries? When was the last time you had shop where it wasn't at some type of gas station or a convenience store for your food, bitch? You're not even good woman material, girl. Ugh, girl, please. Anyway, so she also says, um, Rob asks, how is everybody gonna feel when they finally see he and Tracy tongue kissing? We're gonna feel like you felt on that video, Rob, when you threw up in that cup. That's how we're gonna feel. That's exactly how we're gonna feel. We're gonna feel like throwing up if ever we had to endure seeing you and Tracy kiss. See, that's what's gonna happen. Okay. And she also talked about the men coming a dime a dozen. Well, Tracy, I will say that there are more women per capita as there are men. So men have a higher chance of getting in a relationship because there are more single women available to single men. But in your case, however, since you have such a low bar for what you would accept in a man, there probably are a lot of men out there in your category. So, but you don't have them, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of men that of the caliber of Rob out there for bitches like you who would have them. So I can't even disagree with you on that because the type of man that you seem to want to try to build a relationship on ain't worth a motherfucking dime. And half of the women in on this earth would not have them. But you're a bottom of the barrel bitch. So how can you how can you pick from anything that is not at the bottom of the barrel? So those are some of the things that I wanted to touch on since Tracy wanted to go live and lie like she has ever seen me and try to be enraged about people observing what they obviously saw all this weekend from her man that she wants to build a relationship. See, you can build whatever you want to build with, but you may need to build some friendships with some women because a real woman would not be applauding all this foolery. That if you had a real friend, your real friends would not talk about this relationship on air with you. But surely, if you had a real friend, they will pull you to the side. They will ask you, let me hang around in StreamYard and when you close down your live to tell you what it means to have a real man. Now, I don't have anything to prove to you. I don't have anything to prove to you. You don't think I have a man? Okay, don't think I have a man. You don't think I have a husband? Don't think I have a husband because I have nothing to prove to you. And I am not a liar like you. So do what you want to do about that. But I tell you what, you don't have a man either. You have a slore. So that's all I wanted to discuss since Tracy felt the need to come out here and address some points with me. So I thought I would address a few points with Tracy. So, and that's all I have. And I'm not going to prolong this any further. Let me make sure that I got everything I needed to say. Yep, alcoholic. Okay. Oh, Jay Wilson. Jay Wilson, if you don't go somewhere and sit on your ass, if you don't go take your ass with all this extra lisping that you're doing nowadays and go sit the fuck down somewhere, you better. Because you cannot talk about anybody in their relationships and you cannot try to be any type of relationship expert because every time that you say that I'm in a relationships, I'm committed, I have a man's, you don't have anything but sex apps, dick hookup apps going off. That's what you have. So you are no one to even ever try to talk about anybody in their relationships, how to have a relationship, what's healthy in a relationship at all, until you talk about the things that you do in your own relationship. You want to talk about everyone else's relationship. Everybody see this as farce. And then for Jay Wilson to come with this fake concern about Tracy. Oh, well, me and Tracy, we've had our problems, but we've ironed them out. Yeah, you had your problems. Why? Because you were escorting tour buses around her apartment building, that you love her so much that you're taking strangers by her apartment building. Is that how much you love Tracy? If you don't go sit your big ass down somewhere, you better. Oh, big wide hip having ass motherfucker, you really need to go sit the fuck down somewhere. And it's just laughable. All this, no, everybody's concerned, but nobody is telling her, well, maybe it's a good idea if you give him an ultimatum to get sober. Well, maybe you're moving a little too fast. Hey, Dovey, how you doing? Hey, Craft and Hall with Leah. Hey, She Power Forward. So that's all. Forget you, Yaya. Hey, Yaya, I didn't know you were here. So that's all I really had to say about this stuff that I see out here. You know, people want to get mad at people who are giving them real, wholesome, solid advice because they want to do what they want to do. Well, do what you want to do, but don't get mad at people who have common sense, who think that is the craziest thing ever to do. Do what you want to do. He has a van. He has a serial killer kit. He has a nice little old work van. He say so. Go, girl, have fun. Get flued out, girl, please. So that's all I have to say. And if anybody has anything that they want to add to the commentary, you're more than welcome to hit the link. But if not, hey Angie, how you doing? But if not, that's all I have to say about it. So I'm going to give anybody a chance to hit the link. Carrie Seymour, how you doing? For good and evil, hello, how you doing? Angie, what's going on? Diamond Ring Dory, how you doing? La La Diamond, hello. Yeah, he has a serial killer kid. Yeah, that van and that unstable mindset. Yeah, that's what I think it is. That's my opinion of it. Trying to keep me rolling. Y'all ain't right. Okay, so Ashton, how you doing? So anybody want to hit the link? Anybody want to have a conversation? Anybody want to discuss anything that I said? Anybody have a qualm about anything that I said? Maybe I should mind my business, but it's been put out on YouTube, so I think it's everybody's business at this point. So there it is. I'm going to talk about it. Hey, Chris G, how are you? Hi, Truth and Reason. How are you, girl? Nice to see you in my chat. I'm glad you made it. Let me see what anybody has to say. Hey, Bap, how are you? Okay, you guys don't have anything to add to it? All right, well, what you say, Dovey? Dovey, why are you fussing that YouTube camera? Dovey is always into it with somebody. Dovey came over there and dropped the tea on Bree's channel and then left. Dovey be making these streets pop. All right. Well, that's all I have to say. That's all I have to add to the conversation. So, Tracy, the fact that you think somebody has to prove anything to a bitch who got to beg for her rent money is laughable, bitch. The fact that you even fix your mouth to say, I need to prove something to a bitch who lied and said she had a 401k plan from retiring from a company that don't even offer any type of retirement plan is absurd. Much like yourself. So, all right, that's it, and that's all. Thank you guys for thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for your support. I really appreciate it. Hello, Sheba Pisces. How are you doing? Okay, so that's it for me. If nobody else wants to come up, I'm gonna drop the link one more time. If nobody wants to come up, we're going to be out of here in 2 and 2, as Chuck Willery used to say. Dovey, what is going on? Who is out of order? Thank you, Ashton. I'm glad you enjoy my channel. I appreciate you for giving me the support that you do. So, Dovey, you're not gonna say why you fighting in the chat? I guess not. All right, guys. Thank you guys for coming out. Let me see. Oh, Dovey is serious. I thought Dovey was serious. I don't know what she's serious about, but Dovey, Dovey, you want to hit the link and say what you fussing about in the chat? Okay. Well, she was just kidding. I think she was just kidding. All right, you guys. Thanks. Thanks for coming out. I was Ashton, I was just responding to Tracy's throwing a live together, allegedly trying to read me and Bree. But see, the one thing about reading, it has to be, like James says, it has to be bound in fact. If you're lying, you're not reading anybody. You're just lying. What I'm talking about has been widely displayed on the YouTube streets. So, and it's going to be talked about, and people are going to continue to talk about it until people get tired of you displaying your fuck shit on YouTube. So let me see if this is Dovey. Dovey, is this you?
Yes.
Hey, Dovey, what's going on?
Nothing. Me and YouTube camera don't have no problem. No, she
Okay.
I've been had this conversation with my chat. Um 3 week no 3 days after what's her name? Tracy and Rob got into a relationship. I already talked to my chat through the whole thing. And then you guys just basically just coming on board. So those that hang in my chat, this not nothing new to us because I've been had them call it out. And then I called out today when I was talking to them today. I told them what was going down. So what you guys saying, you know, and the outrage last night. I already had no seed through it. That no, And also too on Bree channel, I didn't drop nothing. Only thing that I said that dealing with a bisexual, a gay woman should not. Basically, what I was saying, getting herself invested into a straight man because the only thing he can do is destroy her reputation. And that's
Uh-huh.
what I was saying. And then Bree said that, wait a minute, though, what you saying that you telling me something I don't know. No, I'm not. I just spoke in a general statement. A gay woman should not get herself into a relationship with no man, no straight man or bisexual man, because he can destroy her reputation. That's what I said.
So, Dovey,
I
can I
did.
ask
I
you a
did.
question?
I didn't call Teresa name or nobody. I made a general statement up for all of you know
But
you know.
you were talking. This the topic was Tracy, so maybe that's why you're moving
Hmm.
around, Dovey. When you move around, it gets staticky.
Okay,
So
what
if you
about
can
now?
stay still, yeah, that's good. Now, so people thought that you were talking about Tracy, and Tracy has already said that she was in a lesbian relationship before. So
No,
that's why, yeah, she has. Yeah, she said that. So,
no, I didn't. I just made a general statement to all the ladies. That's what I was doing with the statement. That's why I got on Bree panel because I don't think so. They understood me basically like in the chat before Bree chat was starting to put me in timeout. So I went and hit the link and got the hell up out of there because that ain't what I was saying. When Bree will laugh and say, "Dobie, you tell me that." No, I ain't telling you nothing. So that's why I left because that ain't what I said. I made a
uh,
general statement to all the females, all the ladies. Don't, when you dealing back,
hold
if
on.
you into a gay lifestyle, don't get involved with no straight or no bisexual man. Only thing they can do with you is destroy your relation, destroy your reputation. That's what I
Well, why?
said.
Well, why would you say that when they were having the conversation? What made you say that? Is my point.
Because that's just what we was talking about. We was talking about in relationship and dealing back with Teresa, with everything.
So if you're bisexual, that means you have relationships with men and women anyway. That's the whole meaning of being bisexual.
Uh,
So
I, I don't know. Only thing I know with the statement that I was saying in general. dealing back with ladies, period. If you around here, if you are bisexual, if you gay or whatever you dealing with, what your preference is, don't get involved with these single men or these bisexual men. Only thing they out is destroy your name and your reputation. That's what I was saying.
Uh,
So it wasn't nothing put on Teresa head because of the situation that you guys are talking about. Teresa. I made my statement in the chat what I was saying,
mhm. But
and
how can
then
you,
go
if
ahead.
you're bisexual, that means that you do have relationships with men. It's just my point. I'm all for Tracy, but I don't understand what your point is, because if you're bisexual, naturally
My
that means
Go
go
ahead.
ahead, go ahead.
I'm listening to you. It does what I am saying, and I repeat: any any woman, if you are gay, if you pretend to, if you are gay, don't bother with a single man, a single straight man or bisexual man, that whatever that go both ways. He just out there to destroy your reputation, and that's what I'm putting out to a. If any women, ladies out there is gay, this is just a general speaking of all term. This ain't no Teresa term.
Well, you say don't get involved with a bisexual man, so nobody was talking about a bisexual man in the chat. So are you saying that you think that Rob is bisexual? Dovey, you there? Hello, Dovey. I don't know what happened to Dovey. Dovey, if you want to come back up, come back up. Yeah, because I thought she was talking about Tracy when she made that statement, because Tracy had said she had a girlfriend before and everything, but now she's saying bisexual men. So that because we weren't talking about bisexual men at all. So I'm wondering, like, so what are you saying? You saying that Rob's bisexual? I don't understand. Oh my God. What's new? What's new, girl? What's new, lovey love? You kind of tipsy as opposed to what? Dear self, you want to hit the link, or you chilling? D Miss O, you want to hit the link, or are you chilling as well? Hi, Liz. Nice to see you. I am so glad you're here. I'm glad you got alive. D Miss O, we were supposed to have that vision board yesterday as well. What happened? Hi, Lexington. Hi, Lexington. Okay. Well, I guess the conversation is over. D Miss O and dear self, they're chilling. Okay. All right, D Miss O. So thank you for coming, CCN TV. How can another individual destroy another individual's reputation? Well, yeah, that's a good one. Because yeah, you got to put it out there for your reputation to be destroyed. Hold on, Voodoo. Let me put a banner up. Voodoo, is that you? Oh,
It's me.
some banner, huh? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I meant to remove the banner. What's going on, Voodoo?
Mhm.
Nice coming up. Nice to see you over here.
Hey, how you doing, Ronnie Q?
What's happening?
Um, I'm actually flabbergasted right now
Mm-hmm.
because after the events of last night, I just don't understand why she has that man on her platform again. Like, I'm confused.
Mm-hmm. Uh,
I'm very
is it? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just very confused. Can you make sense of that for me?
Well, some people have low self-esteem and low self-worth, so therefore, attention from any man is, means something special to them. And there is no misunderstanding that he was rude, crass, and how is it that you have so much uh built up in this person that you met on the internet less than a month ago that you would even stand for that? Can you imagine if they are really dating in a real relationship in the same town? If you go for that from someone you just met and start talking to 3 weeks to a month ago, what is acceptable to you? But
Yeah. And did he say he would like punch her in her stomach or something he said?
he said he'd punch her in her face.
In her face. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's acceptable to have them back on your platform? I don't get it.
Well, it's acceptable for her. So, and then
See,
you got
man,
it on YouTube and
I
you're mad at people talking about it. But what am I supposed to be like, a dummy? Like, oh, that I approve of that. Oh, does she know what she's doing? It's obviously she don't know what she's doing. Oh, like Paulette, Tracy's a grown woman and she know what she's doing. And Tracy ain't gonna let nobody know. This is exactly what's happening. This is exactly what's happening. So if you're her friend, you would tell somebody. You don't have to tell them in front of YouTube, but you can be that's the thing about it. People don't know how to be friends to people anymore. And then people get
exactly.
mad at people who are telling them the right thing because they just want to do what they want to do. So do what you want to do, but don't get mad at people who respond to what you're doing is not culture, in my opinion.
Yeah. And see, I actually like Tracy. I have a soft spot for her for personal
Hmm.
reasons. But
Hmm.
when I see somebody degrade themselves like she's doing now, having that man on her platform, I'm like, damn, nobody's talking to her, telling her that this is not a good look. Because it's not a good look.
Well, the people who are telling her it's not a good look is the people who's well, I'm one of the people, and my name is in the title of a cuss out video, and she lying that she saw me and all this type of shit. Tracy don't know shit about me, and she's trying to. It's just crazy. It's just, and it's
It is.
like we like like somebody lied on her. She'll come out and lie on you because you're telling the truth about her. Like we all didn't see her picking her food up out of her lap and eating it. Like, come on. Like I didn't lie on you, but you want to
Right.
talk about home training and manners and all this type of stuff. I understand you have a soft spot for Tracy, but I didn't lie on the girl. I just gave my opinion because she got it all out here on YouTube.
Yeah, I remember that situation. Somebody came back to her with some information and she believed them and she jumped the gun, didn't she?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Somebody said that I said something in Barry Carey's chat. It was diving. Said I said something in Barry Carey's chat, and she heated up a live. You said this. You said that. No, I didn't. I have the proof. Okay, well, show me the proof. I'm waiting on somebody. I'm waiting on somebody to pull it up. And then when she pulled it up, it wasn't what she said. And I told her
Mhm.
what I said. So she can do what she want to do. She can, she can support who she want to support. She can continue to let Rob embarrass her because I cannot feel that she is not anything but embarrassed by the situation. But you're not proving anybody wrong by putting yourself in harm's way. And see, that's what she needs to be more concerned about. Forget how it's going to make her look by leaving him alone. She needs to worry about how it's going to look if she go out there and meet him and he actually does the things that he said because
Right.
nobody's going to be surprised,
Mhm. Yeah,
and she's go ahead.
it's just real odd to me. Very odd. But she's a grown woman. She can do what she wants to, but that don't mean I have to, you know, feature her or stick around to hear the fuck shit basically. Cause I'm not dealing with Rob Rack. I think he's despicable.
Yeah, I agree. I really agree. And then the way he's just like, oh, I'm popular. Oh, I got these numbers. Everybody's looking for me. Everybody's checking for me. Like, yeah. So you'll do that at any cost? Like,
Hmm.
they're looking at you because you're like like something foreign or something. Like, what are you? Like, are you serious? But he any attention is good attention as far as he's concerned. So, we
Yeah,
just
he
have to
wanted
sit
he
back.
wanted the, he wanted the clout and he got the clout that he wanted from Tracy. That's what it was. He's a clout chaser.
She doesn't have to edit that. I already have a clip of her doing that on Lipstick Alley. I already have a clip. So, I'm not going to show her stuff over here because, they love to strike and this, that, and the other. But she can do what she want to. And I'll put another clip back up of her doing just that if she don't run and tell MU to hide the video. So we know if the video disappears, it's because she will go back and see herself eating out of her lap. And I'm not the only one who saw her eating out of her lap, eating food that dropped out of her mouth and stuffing it back in her mouth. Like, come on. Like, are we gonna even debate this? Are we gonna debate what everybody saw? Like, child, please.
Mm-mm-mm. Well, I wish her the best, but I can't deal with Rob Rack. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And for her to be like an advocate to the community, I mean, aligning with Rob Rack is like, it's not helping you. It's not showing that you're an advocate to the the LGBTQ community, because he's very disrespectful.
Yeah, extremely disrespectful. And
Mm-hmm.
that's another thing. Like, you say that you care about, people in the LGBTQ community, but then you just sit there and like, oh, I know how he is, and he's just doing it.
Right.
He's just doing a skit for his show, and he's just
Mm-hmm.
no. He's saying what he really feels. Like I say, a drunk mind speaks a sober heart, and that's how he feels about people, and it's just not cool. But then they want to sit around and talk about everyone else and all this type of stuff. But when it's on their front door, like, call a thing a thing. He's insulting a whole lot of other people.
He is. He really is.
So now, also, the thing about, he doesn't even respect her enough. They had an agreement that they wouldn't say, she didn't want it out when she was going to visit him. And I can see why she doesn't want it out, because she don't want nobody to meet her at the airport and give her the what's for. So if you're, in my opinion, this is not Voodoo's opinion, in my opinion, she got to sneak out the house. So why are you telling people I'm going next week? I don't want to run into nobody at the airport who I done talked a whole bunch of shit that I can't back up to meet me there at the airport. But so they had it where they weren't going to disclose when she was going to go out there. And he comes right out, well, she's going to be here next week. And then even in the live that she did today, well, he let it be known that I was going to be there in a week or two. No, he let it be known that you were going to be there next week, not a week or two. He said next week. Okay. Like, she's still trying to, blur the screen of when she's going to be there. No, he already told us you're going to be there next week. So if anybody, like, the gig is up, like, get out of here.
Yeah.
He has no respect for her safety or anything else. So whatever.
And he's
Truthfully,
always
like,
talking about like having sex with her. It's like, we don't want to hear that.
and it's not, and it doesn't sound sexy. It sounds disgustingly violent. Yeah, it sounds gross. And all this, I don't use condoms, and I was like, who wants to hear something like that? And you're that age, and you're talking about you don't use a condom. More heterosexual Black women are catching HIV and AIDS than people in the gay life. See, this is a fact. These are real statistics. And you've never heard her once say, oh yeah, you are using a condom with me. You've never heard her once say that. Like, I'm just going on paperwork. Yeah, well, how old is your paperwork? Who have you been with since you've had these tests done? Like, no.
Yeah.
So, and it was interesting when he said, we already know where we're staying. So you mean you're going to visit a person and he's going to get a retreat from where he's staying to stay with you? Well, if you wanted your own room, I would have my own room. It wouldn't be where we're staying. So if you plan on really kicking it with him and all that type of stuff, it seemed like you'll be staying at his house. It seemed like you'd be going to see someone who had his own place to stay in if you intended to stay together. But you're going to give him a vacation from his pool house, so he's going to stay in the room with you. How come you just didn't go to his house then if y'all going to stay in the room together? Like, all of this is just disgusting. I mean, it's just like really unsafe, and I don't care what anybody has to say about it. The most sound advice and the sound reasoning that she's getting is from people who really don't care for her.
Yep. It's just sad, very sad. That's all I gotta say.
Well, Voodoo, I thank you for coming up. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, that was all. Thank you for letting me up.
All right. I appreciate you coming up, and you have a good day.
You too.
All right, guys. I'm in my 40s, and I have single friends. What do you mean? I don't, girl, I don't know at whose cost. I really don't know the answer to that. But he was like real hype, like, yeah, we got a place, and oh no, don't tell him where we're staying. Like you didn't gave up all the other information. Please don't tell him where we're staying. Yeah, I maybe had to look over my shoulders as it is at the airport because you said I'm coming next week. Please don't tell him where I'm staying. Because I just get online and I talk about whose assets I'm gonna be and all this type of stuff. But oh, please don't tell him where I'm staying. Yeah, he's Sacramento. Yes, Sacramento. So yeah. So anyway, enough of talking about that chick. I said what I said. I told no lies. She want to get mad. She need to look in the mirror. She'll find plenty of reasons to be mad once she look in the mirror and analyze these dumb, childish decisions that she's making. So, and let me see what this says. Yeah, I've heard that he stays in a halfway house, but then I've also heard that he lives with family members and he stays in a shed or a pool house or something in the back. And today when he was on live, it was so pathetic that he was on live and then he got up and then he goes outside and he flashes the pool and then he goes inside another house because he's talking to somebody in the house now. And then he says, I had to use the bathroom. So you mean to tell me where you physically stay with that little sign on the wall, you don't even have a bathroom? You have to get up, go outside, and then go to the main house to even go to the bathroom? Oh, Tracy, you picked a winner here. Child, couldn't be me. Okay. You called her last night when you said she wasn't leaving. Shit, even her junkie friend was disgusted last night. Girl, I know it. Hi, Auntie Donna. How are you doing? Let's see if her vlog father go fund me. Tracy's getting back to San Antonio. She says that she purchased a round trip ticket, but when you yeah, okay. Good luck to her. I wish her all the luck in the world. Terry East, thank you for joining me. I wish her all the luck. It's just really sound crazy to me and unplanned, not well thought out from a woman who's more than an adult who should, Rob said that he was going to put a baby in her. And I am like, okay. So he is really, really really slow. And I just who Tracy is in her 50, 51 or 52 years old. Okay. Like who would visit someone like that? But I digress. Anyway, I have nothing else to add to this conversation because it just makes me feel really creepy and it makes me feel really dirty, and if anybody else have anything to add, please hit the link right now, or I'm going to just call this a day. I always try to catch your lives most time in the bushes at work. Oh, thank you, Terry. I appreciate your support. Okay. Jay, exactly. All this love and we love Tracy. No, you don't love Tracy. You looked and saw those numbers over there. We know why you hit that link, Jay Wilson. You love the numbers. That's why you hit the link. That's why you inserted yourself. But I noticed when I know that. Hold on one second. Is that you, dear self?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, let me remove this. So, but Jay Wilson loves her so much and all this type of stuff. But look at the dirty stuff that he's done to her.
All that I'm her vlog father. Nigga, you had a fucking, what do you call that shit? When you have a tour by someone's house or whatever, like the tour in Harlem, the tour bus or whatever. This nigga had everybody that ever came to San Antonio, he drove her by her house. And then he thinks that we forgot that it's not necessary to drive by her house to get anywhere. So he told another lie saying, well, we got to drive by our house. Okay, but even if that was the case, you have to point out that's where she lives. That nigga is full of shit. And I'm glad that Rob was putting them hand signals to say he's gay in the fucking video while Jay Wilson was talking. He's such a fucking fat, phony, sloppy motherfucker. He's just pathetic.
And then he got the nerves to say a guided tour. He's like giving a whole guided tour by her house. And then he had the nerve to say one day, well, the things that I do, I have to go to the other side of town. So actually I do drive by Tracy's every week, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. You may be on the freeway that goes by the general vicinity of where she lived, but you're not actually driving past her apartment complex 2 or 3 times a week. See, you're doing extra to get off the freeway and then to go to the side streets where her apartment is. And I don't care if it's, he's just such a liar. Are you still here, dear self?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just muting because I don't want you to hear the interference in the background. But yeah, absolutely. Like we already know what he's about. He don't give a fuck about her. When she was locked up, he didn't want to fucking even send her 50 cents so she can get some commissary, some toothpaste or some deodorant. She had to use somebody else's deodorant. That nigga is so full of shit. That nigga don't give a fuck about nobody. Talking about, Tracy, I love you down. Well, nigga, I would hate to see when you don't like somebody what the fuck you do to them. You love her down. Get the fuck out of here, Jay. You're fat, you're phony, you're a fat guy still inside, nigga, and you look bad. You look like a deflated the fucking balloon, motherfucker. You look horrible. You ain't that shit, and you can't talk about nobody, motherfucker. Always the bridesmaid, never the motherfucking bride. That nigga ain't marrying you, you stupid motherfucker.
And the thing about it is, at the time when she was in jail, he was working as a chaplain. He could have gone in there and saw her as a chaplain. But he didn't even think to go. And, most people who are people of the cloth, who know people, they will at least offer them a prayer or some type of condolences. He's like, Tracy got my number. She can call me if she needs me. Are you serious? She's in jail. You don't need she was on live on YouTube. You don't know if they gave her time to get a purse or whatever. Tracy live off Cash Apps, so the phone is not in there where she can Cash App a call. Like come on, Jay Wilson. But yeah, now when Kimmy got all these numbers over in her chat, here he come plopping his old stinking ass up there. Jay Wilson looked like his breath stinks. I'm sorry. It's a wonder that's you said it. That's why that dog is always in Jay Wilson's face, because his face smells like the dog's ass. So that's why you're always trying to look Jay Wilson in the face. Oh, I tell you, he is just so ridiculous.
That was the worst part of it or whatever. I was just like looking like, come on. First he goes off the other day with the Kimmy situation, telling that man, all that other shit. You care about money, so do you, motherfucker. Oh, you're homophobic, nigga. You don't like other gay guys either. So let's go. You're a homo that don't like other gay men. Listen, you want to go there? Jay Wilson is just a fucking walking, talking oxymoron. And that was really a turn off. How the fuck, why would Mama D, who's not even cool with her, have to come and try to fucking help her? You didn't even give her a ride back fucking home. Like nothing. You wasn't even there to get her a breakfast sandwich in the morning or some shit like that. This nigga is fucking pathetic. Like they let him play on it, but I can't get any more upset than Tracy about it. Because she was like, I didn't want him to do it. Bitch, it would have been fucking nice. It would have been nice.
But look at it. Jay Wilson would have took her to McDonald's to get her a breakfast sandwich, and his car would have been declined anyway. So, I can kind of see why he didn't put himself out there that early.
No, that was I chuckled about that. Right? He's just a whole fucking fraud. He's a lie. Everybody, listen. I know there's other sectors in here. Yo, Jay Wilson do not run no beef sector. He's not the spokesperson for the beef sector. We don't fucking like him at all. He's like on the fucking outskirts. We don't like him. So don't be going to him talking about pastor. He's a minister of fucking music. It shows you right there when he says that he went to what he's a theologian or whatever. He graduated and stuff like that. He doesn't even believe in the Bible. So that just tells you right there what type of nigga he is. He's the most blasphemous motherfucker in there.
God, and the way he's acting now, like he just learned 4 curse words and he's gonna overuse them like he does every word, every term, every slang word. He sounds ridiculous. And he is, I grew up in church. And it, like, you see so much stuff when you're growing up in church. And then as you come into your adulthood and you understand what you understand about the people who were preaching to you and all this type of stuff. And he just reminds me of every phony preacher that there is. And he is just he's really disgusting. He wants to sit up here and act like he sits on some moral high ground and all of this type of stuff, but you're just a beggar. You're beggared. You want to act as you're so exclusive and all this type of stuff, but you haven't had a career in your whole adult lifehood. Like, right. Get out of here.
Right. So I don't understand why people believe that he has all those degrees. Like, yeah, okay, sure. I just, like, I'm not going for it. He's in San Antonio or whatever. He should be able to get a fucking job somewhere, a job. He can't even get a fuck a career, a job somewhere. The nigga goes to a fucking temp agency. Anybody can do that. And then for people like, oh, I don't think he really lost his job. No, they get rid of people. Those temp agency jobs, they come up, they have people to fill them. Please, he lost that fucking assignment. It wasn't a job, it was a fucking assignment. And no one had to get him fired. He busted himself by answering the fucking phone while he was on live. He did it to himself. And you know what? The universe always repays Jay Wilson. Every time he do some fuck shit, the universe always come down and take back what he don't deserve. It's going to happen again, and he'll make up another fucking lie. He's a liar. Everybody stop listening to him. And then he's going to act like he run the beef sector. Talk about everybody, well, beef sector, this a leave. Let's go now. He was trying to steal numbers from that girl's chat. Like, no, the fuck, ain't nobody listening to you.
From whose chat?
It was Rob's chat. Was it Rob's chat? Whose chat he was on? He was like, Rob had said something. I think it was right. He's like, well, B said that we just go leave right now. Let's go. Like, nigga, nobody give a. We don't fucking like you over here. Get the fuck out of here. I
know better. The one that was taken. I know he didn't try to act like he running things.
Yeah, exactly. He makes people think that he runs shit. So when all the motherfuckers come over there and they're like, yeah, pastor, let me tell you, stop going over there to him. He don't give a fuck about none of y'all. He said, it's this business. For him to claim to be a man of the cloth, which I said he ain't, he's supposed to be caring, compassionate, empathetic, understanding. He's none of the above. Mm-hmm. He's just a whoremonger. He goes online and try to get them little ass boys offline to have unprotected sex with. That boy, listen, you can't tell me nothing about Jay Wilson. Jay Wilson probably got the motherfucking package why he lost all that weight. Ain't no pills. That's a package. Fuck you, Jay Wilson.
The only requirement for him as well was to bring the lube. When you meet somebody off a random dick app and they ask, do you need to bring anything? And the only thing that they say is bring the lube. Okay, well, Jay Wilson says he's just disgusting. He's terribly disgusting. And the simple fact that, he wants to be in everybody's business, all up and down, telling everybody about any type of moral compass, any moral code, and he can't even come to an understanding or to verbalize the fact that he is a gay man. All these extra words, same gender loving man and all this type of stuff, because he can't even face the fact that he's a gay male and what comes with it. I mean, he tried to hide behind, and like when who was that? Somebody asked him, I think it was Rob, are you gay? Are you gay? I have a partner. I have a partner.
You took it out my mind.
Girl, thank you, Tisa. Who can't say that they're gay in 2023? I realize he had to be drugged out the closet because Wiley catfished him, but and then I'm bisexual and I'm a top. That shows you how uncomfortable he is with who he is as a person.
And then he had the nerve to say he can still get women. I mean, nigga, I wouldn't fuck with you being no heterosexual woman. You more fucking feminine than me. Childbirth and hips and all, flat ass and childbirth and hips. That nigga is just terrible. He looks horrible. He did keep his glasses off. Matter of fact, turn the fucking screen off. Jay Wilson, you look horrible. You don't look great. You always trying to fat shame somebody, nigga. And you got a whole bunch of hanging loose skin from that rapid weight loss. Nigga, you a whole crackhead out here. You ain't do that shit naturally. You souped up on supplements. And like DKL said, when he went to hang out with him, Jay Wilson cursed more than little. Remember Duchess had said that a long time ago?
Yeah. Duchess Ben said he cursed like crazy. Yeah. Now, it's a new year and it's a new attitude. Like, nah, we already knew you curse like crazy. Duchess being called that. He got mad at Duchess when he said that. What? That was years ago. You know, so he's just so, child. He's such a hypocrite. And, you know, I wouldn't even want to go into church with Jay Wilson, and I'd be scared that the whole roof gonna cave in on top of me because he's just such a phony. Oh, girl. But anyway, that's all I got for Jay Wilson.
That's all you got for him. But cause shit, we could keep on with doing him.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I know you gotta know. I'm just saying, it just turns me off every time. Like he took that opportunity not to really care about Tracy, but to like fucking put himself out there. I just couldn't believe it. Like somebody's gonna march behind him. Nigga, Mark don't fucking want you. And if you ask me, he beats on Mark. He has a very abusive spirit. Mark ain't running shit in that relationship. Mark is drinking so much because he's trying to deal with the coping mechanism. That's a coping mechanism from fucking Jay Wilson hitting him so much. Probably every time Jay Wilson raises his voice, the nigga probably flinch.
Oh.
Jay Wilson be beating on everybody all the time. He don't never want to step to no motherfucking man, but he always going to talk about he going to smack a woman or do this to a woman. He's a fucking bitch ass nigga. Always want his fucking, he's abusive.
Y'all can't make me fight with Rick Reed. He said what he said. And but then anytime somebody else, he calling Seven a bitch. The way when he kicked Seven off his panel that day, I watched it. And he has the same MO. He'll come on and act so indignant because you said the slightest thing. And then he'll watch for everything you say and try to make, so you being smart. Oh, well, you can leave then. Oh, well, I can block. And you don't even be saying nothing block worthy. And he's just such a drama queen. He is ridiculous. And he's just ludicrous. I cannot with Jay Wilson.
He's a dirty dick motherfucker. That's what he is. That cock is dirty. Nobody want that shit. He could get a woman. You ain't have a woman since you fucking came out a woman, you bitch ass nigga. That nigga was fucking in bathhouses probably back in the days. This nigga's 52 years old, so he claimed. The nigga done lived about 5 lifetimes. Let him tell about how many careers and jobs he had. Nigga, how old are you then? Because it's not adding up for you to have been in the travel. What was he? A flight attendant
For
10 to 15 years.
It always fluctuates. No, it went from 8 to 15. 8 to 15 years. And then I was a dean. But you had to, but to be a dean in the college means you had to go through several more years of school, training, and all this other stuff. They just don't make you a dean of the college right off of Delta Airlines.
And then he has his doctorate. None of this makes sense. It doesn't add up. I think Jay Wilson, he's just a fucking liar. He never remembers. He's seen people, then he didn't see them. He loves people, then he hates them. You know, it's like, make up your fucking mind. He is fucking sorry. Them nasty ass brown sugar motherfucking greens that he be making. That nigga had them greens in the refrigerator for 3 days before he served them. You know, greens start stinking after a fucking day.
I was just going to say, they was funky.
And they would have canned motherfuckers that he doctored up. He didn't even fucking cut them and chop them and clean them like other people do. Them shits was canned motherfucking greens. Don't eat at Jay Wilson's house. You're going to end up in an emergency room like fucking Brianna with that bad seafood. Don't do it to yourself. He's this pitiful, beg for everything. He ain't trying to feed no hungry. He don't give a fuck about his viewers. He don't give them nothing. Remember that Cash App scam he had and had to cut off his Cash App?
Girl. And remember this year when I did the Christmas giveaway, the Secret Santa thing, then all of a sudden he came out talking about he was going to give back to his subscribers. And that was the day that Maddie came on. All of a sudden, I'm going to give back to my subscriber. But I'm tired. I'm so tired now. I'm going to announce it tomorrow what we're going to do for the give back to my subscribers. And then Cause I'm finna go to bed, y'all. Good night. And then James had a panel, and who popped up on the damn screen but Jay Wilson? Like, motherfucker, if you get really cared about giving back to your subscriber, you wouldn't have been too sleepy to tell what it was gonna be, and then you wouldn't have popped on James's live, so you weren't tired. And then the phony ass give back to the subscribers, where subscribers giving back to other people. I am just like, oh, these motherfuckers with they bullshit. Like, if you really cared about the subscribers, you would, everybody who gave back on the Secret Santa, they came out of their own pocket to give to a subscriber. Period, point blank.
Yeah, he'd be recycling like the Cash App money. You remember he changed it. He was gonna give like all the money away, recycle it to everybody, but then he ended up keeping like maybe like 90% of it and gave away 10% of it. That nigga pocketed everything.
And that when he raised money for the HBCU or the college funds or whatever, and he wouldn't even tell what school he gave it to, because he know that they would have been able to look and see how much was given, how much he really gave. So he wouldn't even tell the name of the school. Oh, you got your package. You love it. Thank you, James. Thank you for joining me. James ordered some Christmas stockings for me. He's so sweet. He wouldn't even tell the name of the school, because he know people would have been able to find out exactly how much was donated. I don't even think he gave the school half of the money that he collected.
Did he ever give away that person with the college fund, the $500? You remember that to sponsor a person going to college or whatever? Was supposed to give away like $500 for first generation.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Are you serious? But wasn't he supposed to give it to a subscriber?
I'm not sure. Then it must be something different.
Yeah, I think it is something different. One, he was supposed to be given to a subscriber, one of their children or something like that, grandkids. So that's two different things. He stay having a scam going. Boy, oh boy, just like them greedy ass church folk.
Just like a greedy church person, always looking for a scam, always looking. But that Thanksgiving dinner, when he was begging for money to buy green beans and mayo and eggs for his potato salad, and oh, you got the green beans, oh, thank you for getting money for the cornbread, thank you for buying me some cornmeal for the cornbread, thank you for buying some brown sugar so I can layer my greens in brown sugar. Just pathetic. I was just like, and I said to myself, he said, I already got the meats. I already got a ham and a turkey. And I said at that point, I said, I bet you he got that turkey for free. And it came out later on that he got a free turkey. So who does this? Who does this?
What is it? But let him tell it. He's fucking balling though. He got more than all of us. But Subby, stop giving to him, because if this nigga got more than all of y'all, then you doing yourself a fucking misjustice or whatever. You're not doing yourself right, because you're taking out of your pocket to give to a nigga to tell you every chance he get that he don't give a fuck about y'all, how y'all ignorant, y'all don't have this, and he's well traveled. Tell me last time Jay Wilson traveled out of the motherfucking country.
I've never heard of it.
Never. The nigga go to the same funky places, fucking Florida, and fucking that one time in Vegas and scam them people out the motherfucking money.
Or Beaumont, Texas, Beaumont, where the girls gather. Beaumont, like, that's where all the church queens are, in Beaumont, Texas. He ain't tell y'all that, but that's where all the church queens are, in Beaumont. So that's why he loved Beaumont so much.
But he don't even like other gay guys. Like I said earlier, he doesn't even like other gay guys. Jay Wilson is in a bubble of his motherfucking own. He is fake. He is phony. He is all the above. He don't even like his father. There was a whole hurricane out there. He worried about everybody else in the hurricane. Didn't even say he was going to call his dad to make sure he's okay.
Didn't even mention his father. And then he, on that little trip that he just took to his hometown, he mentioned everybody. I saw some old friends, people I went to high school with. Didn't even mention his father. Like, that's a natural thing. If you're going to the state where you grew up in, you think you see your father. So, I don't know what's going on.
Being that his days are numbered, right? Being his days are numbered because he's elderly and shit like that. Jay Wilson don't give a fuck about nobody at all. He is blasphemous. He's a liar. Then he gonna tell people, oh, that ain't the Bible. No, it's the Bible on Amazon. Somebody wrote, and it tells us all about the men sleeping with men. No, it don't. Like, girl, what you talking about? Yo, it's a special place in hell for motherfuckers like that. Listen. Jay Wilson, it's okay to be gay, Jay Wilson. It's all right. You don't got to twist words and stuff and make up shit. It's okay. Say it. I am gay. I am a homosexual man. I am with another man for how many years? I like to fuck other niggas on the side. Jay Wilson, it is your business. It is your choice. I don't give a fuck. Like you said, though, he can't never say same gender loving male. No, nigga, you're gay. Let's just say it.
And it,
Homosexual.
yeah, and ain't no love in his little tryst that he set up on his dick apps. It's no love. What you mean same gender loving? No, y'all just fucking. Y'all same gender fucking man. That's what you are. Because ain't no love when you hook up off a grinder and off of Jack. Where's the love? Jack is a straight where you at? Come sling this dick on me app.
How
So
much you
where's
think he
the love?
paying? How much you think he paying?
Girl, I don't know.
Cause ain't nobody going and they right might want to sleep with him in that taco meat on his motherfucking chest. That bitch so fly. As soon as you lose weight, what you do? You go buy you a new wardrobe. Jay Wilson is so balling out of control. He's using old clothes and they still too small on him, pulling again, pulling on him and stuff like the buttons are pulling at the stomach and shit. The shit don't fit Jay Wilson.
Motherfucking sitting up on live with cross-colored shirts on and shit.
Word.
Ooh, I can fit my old clothes now. Oh, look at me. And what is it? Them Brahmin bags? Oh, I got me some Brahmin bags. I'm gonna send those to my people and this, that, and the other. And I was like, you got to be a certain special kind of bitch to know what a Brahmin bag is, because I've never heard of that brand. And I see a lot of people in this chat like, oh, those are good bags. Oh, but I've never heard of that. Have you heard of those?
I don't know.
I've never heard of that.
I just know he goes to the outlet. He loves Mark so much, and that's his partner. That's gonna be his husband. Why would you go to the outlet and buy him a bunch of discontinued last season shit? You love him. You be like, that's me, because you know your significant other. You try to go all out for them because they represent you. They look good. They represent you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go out and get them the best of the fucking best. This nigga went to the whole outlet, and whatever extra he got, he said he was gonna give it away in a raffle. I ain't hear no raffle. He gave anything to anybody with.
Nothing. And the thing about this, the things that are in the outlet, it's not like they're all discontinued. Some of the things are only specifically made for the outlet. It's a video out showing you how to tell if it's an outlet brand or a regular brand, and they would go in and they take the same purse, but it's a different leather, a different lining, a different texture of the leather, a different color. Even though it'd be pink, the purse would be pink, it'll be a different color pink than the purse that you get from the real coat shop. The clothes, they have a little eye on the tag to let you know that they only make it for the outlets. They don't sell it in the real store. So it's like a step down brand that they have for the outlet stores within themselves. Is some of this stuff has never hit the store shelves. It's only made to be sold at an outlet. So that's how much he cares about his boo Mark.
Mark is a sorry motherfucker too, because you younger than him. Why don't you find somebody that's worthwhile? I'll be damned to get with an older dude and he's raggedy like fucking Jay Wilson. Jay Wilson don't live in his truth, but Mark was married to a whole woman and got a whole grown son or whatever. So those are two motherfuckers that just can't admit who the fuck they are. So they one and the same. They got something in common like Bobby and Whitney.
Yeah, and I remember when he was invited. Oh, I'm going over to his parents' house, and then he finally had to admit that Mark's ex-wife and son was gonna be there too. And then he goes, "Well, my picture was on the mantle or some shit like that." He said, "I think he was saying my picture, but my picture was the one on the mantle." And I was like, what you trying to say? I bet y'all wasn't sitting together hugging and acting like a couple at that dinner. Mark took his motherfucking beard to the motherfucking dinner so his family wouldn't be looking at him cross-eyed. He took his beard and his child to the dinner. I bet y'all wasn't hugged up and booed up at Mark's house. I bet you that.
And he got a sloppy young nigga that had piss stains in front of his pants. Fucking alcoholic. Y'all know Mark is an alcoholic, y'all? Y'all didn't know that, did y'all? But he want to talk about everybody else's addiction. He didn't tell you his man is a whole motherfucking alcoholic, though. He ain't tell y'all that, right? Need to go to fucking AA with Lovely Love and the rest. Shit, that nigga ain't worth shit. Him nor his motherfucking man.
I remember when he used to come on camera, like a big old waterhead dude. He used to come on camera. He'd always be slushed out. And one time he came on with his drink and shit. He used to always be all lushed out. And then he's like, "I'm not gonna put my personal life on YouTube. I made that mistake." Yeah, you really did make a mistake, because we saw what a lush that Mark had to get liquored up to deal with your old funky ass. Mark was always drunk every time he came on camera, hugging him all awkwardly and stuff. Mark was always lushed out. So that's why you're not putting Mark on the camera anymore, if Mark is even around.
He do be. Mark is
Because
scared to come out that bedroom. Shit, every time Jay Wilson had raised his voice, Mark flinch or whatever. Please, he got him an old raggedy ass young nigga that ain't nobody motherfucking want. Ain't nobody want your man. It took Jay Wilson how many decades to get a motherfucking man to be in a relationship? Because Jay Wilson was always the don't let nobody see her come in after 3 o'clock and get her out by 5 in the morning. Jay Wilson, you are not that girl. Your old funky tired church queen ass probably still wear fucking white diamonds. You raggedy bitch. Jay Wilson never looks groomed. Jay Wilson is just through and through. He's a raggedy motherfucker.
oh my God, did you see that picture of his closet, girl? This motherfucker taking a picture of a closet like he had custom cabinets in that closet. That motherfucker had them old wire racks that you can get from Walmart to hang your clothes on, the wire racks and stuff, and all his shoes laid out down on the floor and stuff. Not one shoebox in sight, because people who have nice shoes usually keep their shoe boxes, and store them in a box if they don't have a custom cabinet where they put their shoes on display. He had all these shoes sitting out on the floor, and all the toes of his shoes were turned up in the air. I am like, is he a tiptoe walker? I think Jay Wilson is really slow, because all of his shoes were turned up. God.
Right, tippy toe walking. But you saw Mark's house. Remember, Mark had all them baseball caps on the fucking wall like he was a teenager. So both of them niggas is in the wrong decade, living a motherfucking lie. They are both going through midlife crisis together. Because Mark had all his hats on the fucking wall, like when you like a teenage boy. I said, who does some shit like that?
And then he had a hat, like a thing where you put all your hats. It's like a round thing that like you store your hats on if you have a lot of baseball caps. And it was right by the kitchen. Like, who want these old funky hats right by the kitchen cabinet? It's like, ugh, how unsanitary.
Jay Wilson mixing them greens with his motherfucking dirty fingernails.
Ugh, girl. And I see why Mark left it, because he feed Mark anything like he feed Lyric. Mark probably in hospice care because he done lost so much weight.
No,
Like,
well, Mark is alcoholic. He don't eat, he just drink.
yeah, that's true. Alcoholics don't eat. He looked like one of them old touchy. When he get drunk, he want to touch you and pat all over you. That's how he used to be when he come on camera. Oh, want to get lovey dovey and all this type of stuff. Yeah, no one. Jay Wilson probably had to find somebody else because his little penis didn't get hard once he started drinking. So that's probably why Jay Wilson was on all them damn apps. Truth be told.
Now they swinging. Jay Wilson, they be swinging, but I wonder how much he paying, because how the fuck did, when he got denied at McDonald's, that was his debit card. For you to get denied for $2, that means you really didn't have no money. Like, you're really over the balance, because they'll let $2. The bank lets $2 slide. I mean, you don't get charged an overdraft fee until you get $5. So for them to deny $2, Jay Wilson has nothing. He is living a lie. He be begging for everything because he don't have anything. He lives above his means to try to prove something to us. We don't give a fuck, nigga. Him in that haunted mansion he live in, talking about Sean's house. How about your motherfucking house? Where your man? We see Sean's man going on vacations with him. Where's your man, ho? Where's your man?
He's hiding in the room while you going down there to scheme on the way to get credits on the hotel room that you got in funky ass Las Vegas
and free food vouchers. That nigga's whole. That nigga's a whole criminal. Jay Wilson's a whole criminal. Boy, oh boy. I hope they get his ass. That was ridiculous. Like, who does that? Like, you going to Vegas. Vegas is hot. You know what I mean? I like it cold in here. You fat, funky bitch. I bet you would. Matter of fact, he be high. That's why he be so hot. You know, when people be high on shit, they be sweating profusely. That's it.
Yes.
Niggas on drugs and shit. His man fucking drinks and he snorts or do whatever he does with those motherfucking pills. Shit.
Them damn pills.
Yeah, open up a whole fucking rehab, and they got a nerve to give relationship advice. You don't do that, nigga. When the last time you was in a motherfucking relationship and not a motherfucking secret?
And then talking about he blames Cook's wife because she putting up with this, that, and the other. Like, excuse me? Well, what do people got to put up with you with all these old dick apps going off and stuff, but you in a relationship? Who putting up with you and with the shit that you put down?
Wait a minute. He said he blames
I,
Cook's wife. Well, Cook has a wife. What do he have? I
exactly.
got a partner. Yo, you and your man are fucking broke and destitute. Get the fuck out of here. Listen, if Cook split up, guess what? That woman is set. She's okay. She got her own education. She ain't lying about her credentials like yo ass. And guess what? Whoever's leaving her, if he does leave her, she's okay. She ain't got to beg nobody for nothing. Can't say nothing for you, you begging crusty bitch. Jay Wilson is a whole fake and a fraud. And I just get so tired. I'm going to say it again. The people coming over here talking about, oh, yeah, pastor. The nigga is a fucking choir director, my niggas. He's no pastor or nothing. The nigga told you the Bible is not true, but yet he's a pastor. And y'all listening to that motherfucker?
And that's the other part. That's the other part. Either you in with the religion or you out with the religion. You can't have it both ways, because I can sit up there and try to make believe that any of the 10 commandments don't really mean what they say, it to appease myself and to do what the fuck I want to do. I can say adultery and fornication, oh, they don't mean that you can't have intercourse before marriage. It don't mean that you can't sleep with the man's wife. You can sleep with the man's wife as long as she don't know. That's what it means, to appease myself from sleeping with somebody's husband. So you can't have, no, it don't work like that. It don't work like that.
It doesn't. Like, but he feels like someone's going to judge him because he's gay and he believes in God. No, we all, listen, ain't no sin greater than the next. What the fuck? We all sinners out here, Jay Wilson. So, but don't twist the fucking word. And he's always doing that. Jay Wilson.
Exactly.
You can't serve two masters, nigga. Either nigga you in or you motherfucking out. And you don't got to be totally out or whatever. But come on, don't try to be being blasphemous. I think, like you said, you can't stand too close to that nigga because lightning might come down on you. On you.
That's the whole point, and like he thinks that his sexuality is a greater sin than any other sin, and no sin is bigger than the other sin. But he's like you say, he's trying to rewrite what the scripture of his quote unquote religion teaches. So get the fuck out of my face. Either you in or you out.
Right. And even if his homosexuality wasn't, and let's say you're still fornicating because you're still sleeping with all those boys and Mark and you're not married. So, I mean, where do you want to go with this, demon?
Right. Exactly.
He tried to argue with Brian because
about that.
Yeah, he tried to argue with Brian because Brian said he doesn't feel what he learned, how he grew up is right. You're going to try to fucking argue. Who the fuck are you to argue with him about what he feels and what he knows? Who the fuck
and what he was taught,
right,
and what he believes, based on, and then he questioning what his mom. Well, that's because your mother, she didn't know this. What do you know about his mother and what she knew? How dare you?
Did Jay Wilson even know about his motherfucking mother? How about that fucking frowsy bitch who let that nigga go upside his head and impregnate her, keep her barefoot and pregnant in poverty? You want to talk about your motherfucking father, Jay Wilson? How about your motherfucking sorry ass mother, nigga? You want to talk about what people's mother teaching them? This nigga know a whole bunch of them. They don't have kid in the first, don't have spouse in the first, don't have education in the first, and don't have no motherfucking job or career. Don't listen to this nigga. He is false.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga didn't even feel bad that his brother died. Talk about he ain't get the shot. So, like, how the fuck your brother just died? He's never coming back. You fucking lousy motherfucker. But y'all think he care about y'all? Y'all let that demon pray over y'all while he had that slut over there masturbating with the prayer cloth on his live? Fuck out of here.
And then he said, acted like he was gonna go to the funeral because so many of people died. My brother just passed, and he took all them cash out for that sad sob story about his brother passing. And now here it is a year later. Oh no, I didn't go to the funeral. No, I don't feel bad because some people didn't get the jab. And I wasn't gonna put myself at risk, but you got the jab. So how much risk were you at? If you believe so much in the jab and you got it, what did you care about other people at the service didn't get theirs? Are you serious? So he didn't even go to the services. You found out a year later.
Right, but didn't he tell us at first that he went? You remember he said he went. So where did you really go if you didn't go? Because he packed the bag and he was gone for a couple of days. He said he did a little bit of sick. So where did he go? He doesn't even remember his lies. That's the
Yeah,
shit I'm talking about. Yeah, but he can't believe in that. He's so educated, dumbass didn't realize that the fucking vax don't fucking prevent you from catching it. It
mhm.
just lessens the symptoms, hopefully, depending on your motherfucking health. And I believe you got them letters, nigga. So it wasn't gonna help you much of nothing, you fucking funky motherfucker. Jay Wilson is just pathetic, and he's always fat shaming people, income shaming people, and then he gonna have a nerve to talk about Tim Blaine being on drugs, nigga. Who the crackhead now? Who the crackhead now?
Exactly. Exactly. And you want to income shame people. Tim is living off of his SSI, and his furniture in his home. It may be a clutter to some, but still the style and taste of his items that he chose to furnish his house with are 100% better than anything that Jay Wilson has in his house. Jay Wilson house looks exactly like what it was that he bought those furnishings from a hotel closeout store. Those fucking couches that he got sitting in his lobby, in his living room, look like something in a hotel lobby, like that's in a foyer for somebody who's waiting on the shuttle bus to take them to the airport. Like, who has that old hard high back straight up and down shit sitting up in their living room? Like,
He
dang.
doesn't have any taste though, because you can get really nice furniture from the hotel, but not the shit that's in the lobby, the shit that's like in the nicer rooms and the little penthouse or whatever. So that nigga just really was to go. He just really want to go for shit that's free, because that shit like the nice armoires or whatever, you might have to pay a little $50, $75. That nigga wanted free, just like that motherfucking old starving ass little fucking mangy dog he got over there.
Oh my god. Yeah, just like he went to the shelter and got the dog. He waited till they were giving dogs away for $25 because they didn't want to euthanize all the dogs, and then he gonna turn around and starve the damn dog to death anyway. So he could have let the dog die humanely instead of being starved to death over a long period of time. Shit, motherfucker, you on a diet, not the dog. He said his dog weighed either 36 or 39 pounds. I have a Shih Tzu mix. He's a medium size. He weighs 24 pounds. He's 4 pounds overweight, but he weighs 24 pounds. And he has a whole hound over there that he says weigh between 36 and 39 pounds. He should be the size of Duchess Kelly Love's dog, nice and thick and robust. Hold on, let me see. Let me put this banner up. I want to see who's back here. Oh, it's Ayo. Ayo, that's you?
Chaplain Services. It's Chaplain Wilcox.
What's up, girl?
What's up, y'all? Y'all up here dragging.
Yes.
No, I don't think so. We're just talking about the raggedy motherfucker we've known for all these years. I just don't like him. Like, I try to like him, and then it don't go long. This last time that I tried to like him, this was the longest I ever liked him, for a year. And then he went back to that old bullshit he be doing, always talking down on people and shit with his lying ass. This is pathetic. I don't like how he called women bitches, but he always talking about how men need to respect women and how Rob don't respect Tracy. Nigga, you don't respect women, nigga. Neither did that dirty ass father you did. That dirty ass, no good dick having ass father. That's why you left him up in the nursing home for him to fend for this motherfucking self in the motherfucking hurricane. Because you ain't shit just like him, and neither was your mammy.
Well, damn.
Well, he was kind of indifferent when he talked about his mother. He was like, "Oh, she died from breast cancer," and I heard that he was like really sounded indifferent when he talked about his mother and her illness.
Mm-hmm.
Cause he don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck about nothing or nobody. Jay Wilson really feels like it's a curse for him to be here. Does he look happy? Somebody that claims to have all those accomplishments, they would be happy with life. Does he seem happy?
No, not
He
at
seems like
all.
a bitter bitch. That's a bitter bitch. He is the bitch that he called everybody. Always want to fight women. Always want to talk about Rico and Rico's mother and everything else. You want to talk about everybody. Let's talk about you. Let's open the book on you, you raggedy ass motherfucker. Going to motherfucking put my dick in a whole wall ass fucking establishments back in the 80s to go get your dick sucked. Talking about those nasty boys in New York, what they were doing. How you know all of that unless you was there, nasty ass motherfucker?
Well, let's look at can I be objective here? and look at the let's look at, do y'all think that he is turning up lately? Because every time his channel gets deleted or something like that, like every time he has a series of unfortunate events, like what's that guy's name, that weird show or movie, he tends to come back very reserved, right?
Mm-hmm.
And want to sing like Music Soul Child,
Mm-hmm. No, but okay.
and then and then I don't know, maybe some other life event happens, like him and Mark get into a little tussle after they, go on some roller coasters or something. And then he just comes on YouTube swanging and banging. He's ready. Like, he just he goes live and then goes on other people's panels and shit. And, ready to rumble, ready to tussle.
So why do
Ready.
you? So what do you think? What are you predicting that causes him to act this way? You're saying like situational things between him and his same gender loving mate, or what?
I think maybe, I don't know. I don't know what it be. Maybe he's just hungry. That's what other people been saying
And
too.
he's miserable. That's what he is. He's miserable. Misery loves company. Everybody got to be upset with themselves because he's upset with himself. Everybody got to have a fucked up life because his life is fucked up. He's always talking about motherfuckers that's really doing morally, ethically, and financially better than him. But everybody believe his motherfucking hype. I can't wait till the universe get him again this time around. I wonder what's next.
Oh God. So what did y'all talk about how he's not really, really, really helping Tracy's situation? Like,
No. What do you mean exactly?
like, he went on a bunch of panels. Like, I know we was live last night, but he went on to Rob's and then he went on to Misunderstoods and he was saying, Tracy is my baby or whatever. He was like, my daughter.
My dog daughter.
But now Tracy's like, bitch, I told y'all, I said this. Tracy is not, she will let people unsubscribe and she will, get rid of YouTube ships over that guy. Like this always happens. She be letting people drag her and dog her out and don't listen. And this is what's happening with this guy right now. I don't know what for what reason. I don't know. But Jay Wilson did that for no reason. Period. Like she not about to listen to him either.
Would you?
And then they was like, what did Rob say? Like I heard you talking about it, Ronnie Q, that he was like, Rob was like, are you a heterosexual? So, and he was like, I have a partner. So anyway, my point is that Jay Wilson really, that was pointless. Tracy gonna do what she want to do.
Leave her alone with her man. Everybody got to learn or whatever. Maybe that's what she like. You know what I'm saying? Now it's no shade or whatever. Like, when Ronnie Q said it, like, yo, nah, she going, Ronnie Q called it last night on your panel. It is true. It is what it is. But Jay Wilson can't give no tips to nobody. When's the last time the person claimed him? Have we ever seen Jay Wilson's a bragging motherfucker? You seen any pictures with him and Mark hugged up and kissing and nice romantic pictures? None whatsoever. He's unwanted and he's a secret still.
And it's not like we were the one who came out and said, oh, Mark's wife is still around. These are same gender loving people who kind of put that on the street. So,
Oh, same gender loving people.
He always telling people how to parent, what the fuck you do. I was reading a thing about Heidi, and then he always talking about somebody's a whore. You adore a whore. Heidi is nothing but a self-proclaimed slut, an unsuccessful one too. She got pregnant by her John. A nigga didn't even fucking marry her. She's a baby mama, but you adore her and her bleached fucking blonde skin. Get the fuck out of here, Jay Wilson. You just fucking obsessed over the wrong shit.
Oh goodness.
all the wrong stuff.
Like, who the fuck want to be Heidi? Oh, she's beautiful, nigga. Where?
Yeah, you know what? Listen, I'm not mad that the Miss O was, blocked him or whatever she did, because he is colorist now.
What? Wait a minute. I didn't know Demon Soul blocked him.
He was begging the Miss O to come back to his chat. He don't be unblocking or letting people back in or whatever.
Oh, okay.
He just like got told Seven to get off his panel and don't come back and this and that and da. But Demus O, he was like looking for her in chats and Demus O, come back. Where are you? Where you go? Why you leave? But she right. She know he got a light-skinned harem.
And he swear to God he's light-skinned. He calls himself a Florida red nigga. Where? Jay Wilson, you are deep brown. Florida red where? You are nowhere near. You would not pass the paper bag test. You are like 3 shades too dark for that. Like Jay Wilson, yeah, I'm Florida red. No, you're not. Lies.
Exactly. Yeah. Only red he got is in the butt of his drawers.
That was disgusting. Yeah. Yeah, and people like, oh, I can see where he's light skinned. Where? How? Oh I'm perplexed. Y'all people need to put on glasses.
Oh exactly. Look at this picture. That is not a red person. Nowhere, no how.
The hair is red, like I said. Right. Jay Wilson is deep fucking brown. But let them tell it. Jay Wilson just don't like being who the fuck he is. He's probably a little white woman in his motherfucking head.
Oh my god. Y'all
nigga built like his mama, so he's confused about everything else.
Oh my god. Why did he run on that treadmill? I thought his titties was gonna fucking knock him out. He's sitting up there. He did good until he got on that treadmill, and them titties was bouncing like he had a heavy C cup, light D cup. I was like, oh my god.
I heard he only did 20 seconds. It was out of breath. That's what I heard.
It wasn't long.
Because them diet pills won't let him be great. That shit, yo, his heart gonna fuck around and stop. So stop taking them shit, nigga. Yo, you over the age that nothing is safe now. But he's taking them. He keep taking them. Stop. The nigga's addicted. It's really somebody need to call an intervention for this motherfucker.
I just need him to cam up whenever he go live. I really need him to be on camera because, somebody need to call 911 when they see him stroking out or having a heart attack. So for his best safety, I would advise him to cam up. Maybe Uncle Viv can see him in the street and get somebody to his address before it's too late. Because what ignorant fool his age who's supposed to be so educated is out here taking some diet pills that have not even gone to the FDA to find out what is actually in them and what amount of these substances are in these pills that he's taking. They're not medical pills. They're not approved by the FDA. These are supplements.
Wait, who said that him and Lyric taking the same pills?
Oh my God. Hey, bestie. God, who said that?
Somebody. I
heard that too.
It might have been Deanna.
Yeah, y'all going in on this.
Deanna be dragging the fuck out of him, and all he could talk about, her feet. But she got her husband, she got land, she got more than what the fuck you have, nigga. I got me a house. No, you don't. That's the bank house, you fucking broke motherfucker. That ain't you miss a payment, you miss a couple of payments, you ain't got that house, and you don't own that land. Fuck out of here. That nigga be thinking people stupid. He always be talking to people because he think that everyone is stupid. Jay Wilson, most of us have more than you will ever have.
And
even
she has mineral rights to her land.
Exactly.
She got mineral rights to the land that she owns. So if they find oil or anything or gas under her land, she's getting paid. So like what? He's a dunce. DKL said he thinks it was Deanna.
Oh, that's right. Hey, DKL.
He think everybody is stupid because they let him go on with his lives. Jay Wilson, most of us have more than you will ever have. You could be fucking reborn about 4 fucking times, nigga, and you still wouldn't be able to catch up to most of us. You are pathetic. You are a liar, and you need to mind your fat, funky business and get your life in order, motherfucker, because it's out of fucking order. You are out of order. It is out of order, and everything else is fucking chaotic in your life, nigga. We see you falling. Your shit is shambles right now, and we can all see it. And us that don't like you, we laugh.
Yeah, and I was telling dear self that the only reason he hopped on that panel to act like he cared and was so concerned about Tracy because he saw the number of people that were in that chat. And then what does he do? He sparked up his own live, like he has a, oh, I know so and so is live, but I couldn't wait. I know so and so is live, but I just wanted to say this.
You know, he has to build his Walmart next to the CVS or whatever that fuck is. He said.
But his numbers ain't given no more. Is anybody even cash apping him or anything anymore? His numbers ain't given. The other day he did a live and there was nobody else on, so that means everybody should have been there. He had 180 people in his motherfucking chat. Because if he don't have because if he don't have Kimmy and all the big number hitters over there, he don't have nothing. Everybody tired of him. Nobody want to go over there to see him for what? What are you going to see?
But honestly, that's how it goes. That's how it goes in the sector. It doesn't matter who it is. I feel like, you know, when people go live, a lot of people have to like drop the link to get like the big people, like the A-listers, quote unquote, to come up in order to get 1,000. You know, and that's
but he's that girl though. So if you're that girl, you shouldn't need anyone.
But I can't take those lives that he has because he's always trying to think he's, I don't know, Chris Matthews or something, or whatever that guy's name is from CNN, like trying to, you know, hold on, and nobody.
And he has so much more to say than his guest. He'll ask a question that take 20 minutes to ask because does this happen? Because I know for me, like just ask the question and quit cutting off. I remember when T.S. Madison was on his show, he kept stepping on every time she would open her mouth. He would step on her in some long diatribe about himself.
Listen, he tries to make himself seem better. I'm going, you know, I don't miss my world news, nigga, for what? Where you have stocks and bonds and interest in? No place, nigga. Get the fuck out. But he's so much educated. You know, I got to watch my world news. Nigga, you a dumb lie. You a motherfucking lie, nigga. You turning on another fucking channel on YouTube. You ain't watching no world news.
Listen, this stuff is hilarious though. Like that's why I be watching him, because it's be the contradictions for me. It'd be like him showing off his legs and like working out for me. It's like all these things that are like so funny. He is like the number one, like, I don't know, like he is like one of the best people to watch to like make fun of to me, because it's so frustrating.
I was hoping that Rob got him a little bit more, but Rob was too drunk to fucking get him. I said, get him. I never like to hear a homophobic rant, but yesterday I needed one. I needed Jay Wilson to fucking get emasculated. You know what I mean? I wanted Rob to do it, but he just wasn't up to par. I love it when ZX getting his ass because he can't handle it. You know what I mean? I'm like, get him. Any other time, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Don't be talking about people like that. But Jay Wilson, any kind of agate you can give him, throw it at that motherfucker.
But when what's his name? R. Cook, when he was asking R. Cook about his money, and then he was like, wait a minute, aren't you the one who talking about coin keeps you here? Oh, that was so classic. I was like, boom.
Yeah,
and then
he's jealous.
Yeah. Like, how dare you say that and R. Cook, it don't seem like your wife want anything but the money. Well, at least the nigga making some money for her to have, motherfucker. You mad?
He's mad. Right, he's mad at R. Cook. R. Cook, he's talking about, oh, well, I don't do that old Mason stuff, nigga, because you couldn't cut it, nigga. Because you just couldn't cut it.
Can you imagine?
You better ask Kimmy, well, she got her online membership to be a fucking Eastern Star, nigga.
Are you suggesting that Jay Wilson become an Eastern Star?
He said he's all the woman that they need, huh?
Y'all look too much.
You see this comment? Grinder's probably more active at 5:30 because the men are getting off work. So that's why I gotta go. World News Tonight's gonna come on. He's doing his countdown so he can check his app.
And then lied on ZT talking about somebody dropped that T nugget. You was searching and you bumped into ZT. But how you gonna make fun of ZT and he's selling and you're the actual buyer? Isn't that backwards? I mean, I laugh at the John, not the two. He getting his money. Why you spending
Mhm.
yours? Jay Wilson, he going to the gym to pick up boys and shit. Watch Jay Wilson end up with a gross dose and the makeup and the lie like fucking Eddie Long about what's really going on with him.
What do y'all? I want to ask y'all this. What do y'all think prompts him to go live singing like that? Because Duchess Kelly Love got a hit with that "Pray for me." Like that is a meme classic.
Mhm.
I swear to God, Ayo be practicing people in the mirror, yo.
No, I know. I'm like, yo, I watch everybody. So when DKL puts that up, it's like that is beef sector history now. I know Jay Wilson didn't mean for that. He he was serious. Like he goes live seriously singing. Like, shut up.
But
We
but
didn't come to hear you sing.
But Duchess put some little slap on that too. So, he made it better than what it is.
He
He put a
did.
little sauce on there.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Oh, okay.
it's a meme now. That's what I'm saying.
He be all off key and shit like that. He be trying to sing that's something that's not in his level of singing. You have a deep voice. He always be. I remember he tried to sing some El DeBarge. I want to come through and strangle the nigga. Like, no, don't. Jay Wilson. Jay Wilson he just be lying to himself about everything. He thinks he's a nice size 28 waist when he's really a 42 with the extra skin. Like it's everything about him. Remember he had the man weave and shit.
Oh, Arnez.
Mhm.
And remember the rice water that was allegedly growing his hair back?
Yeah.
Yes.
Looked like he had a dirty spider web on the crown of his head. Girl.
He was trying to recatch up his youth. How old is Jay Wilson really? Because he slipped up one time and said he was 54, then 56, and then he went back to 52. How old is Jay Wilson?
I assume that he is somewhere in the 50, 55 range. I don't think he's 52, you say? He just turned 52. Remember, because he was 49. Oh, I'm almost 50. I'm almost 50 for like my first 3 years over here.
You remember back in the day, the old Jay Wilson that nobody knew when he was thin and he had the scattered teeth?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, y'all got to dig. If whoever didn't see it in the chat, y'all got to dig in the archives. He wasn't like the Jay Wilson that's here today. He was like preaching church stuff or whatever. He was thinner, younger, and his teeth were fucked up.
Oh my gosh. I gotta look for that.
Well,
You never seen that?
I think I've seen like a picture of it on Lipstick Alley.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta look for it again.
It might be under his real name.
Oh, okay.
I think it is under his real name. I seen that a long time ago. Jay Wilson, he just that's all I got for that liar pencil fight. But they be like, yeah, well, I don't know them. Ain't nobody going over there. I don't know them. Meanwhile, he was highlighting every fucking comment the past year I was making in his chat when I kind of liked him. But he don't know me. I don't know them.
He don't know anybody, but he's
he don't know me, just like he don't know his status. Girl, bye.
Oh Lord. So speaking of people that have lied about stuff, like did Brooke lie about her age today?
I didn't hear. How old did she say she was? 45?
She said she was 41, but born in 1979.
That don't make 41.
No.
Man. You would have to be born in 82.
So why would she say that? And then she said that she got a C-section from a midwife.
From a midwife. I heard that part.
What?
Yeah. I heard the discussion about that part. And whoever heard of anything? I said I never heard of anything like that. That's having a surgery, and no midwife is doing that.
A midwife. Is you sure she didn't mean like a PA or something like that? A physician assistant? She said a midwife.
She said a midwife. Yeah.
A midwife don't go to. Most of them don't even have to go to medical school like that. I mean, some do, but most don't.
Most don't.
That's like a doula, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, doula.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, if you could ask Brooke how she got her teeth knocked out and she tell you the truth, I guess then, But she don't post about
Yeah,
that. There's so many fucking stories or
I'm
whatever.
giving her the hardest side eye now. Not like I wasn't already, because she's like a white woman to me now. But not, I'm sorry, but
Who, like Brooke, right?
yeah, like she's about like down to like nothing to me now. Like, I mean, like if she said that, like I'm like, bruh.
Brooke
Yeah, she said that.
Yeah, I wonder about her because she got the surgery and she's still a fat bitch. So how big was she really initially?
Child, that's a good question. I don't know. But she was saying today that the reason she doesn't have something about her teeth, and she was like saying that she had it on schedule to do it in 2023, but then she found out she was pregnant, so she couldn't do it. And then I was like, well, how come they couldn't do dental work on you in 2023? And she was like, because of whatever they're using in the procedure, you can't be pregnant while they're doing it. And she was like, and then she said something about because I'm married and this, that, and the other. And I was like, well, you were married before you got pregnant. So I don't see why that was preventing you from
Wait a
getting
minute,
dental work.
wait a minute. They don't do dental work past like when you're in your second trimester. Once you hit 6 months, they don't like to do it because you can go into premature labor. But before that, they can do that. And they can even give you Tylenol 3. They can't give you ibuprofen. They can give you Tylenol 3 and like just regular anesthesia. So what is she talking about?
Okay.
I mean, she has Medicaid. What's the part with getting your teeth fixed?
She said she has a husband, so I guess she was inferring that it was something with the insurance or whatever. And I was like, well,
They're both on Medicaid. Do that fat nigga look like he can work anybody's job? Or does he look like he's with a CPAP machine too?
Oh my goodness. You know Malik be dropping down in the chats, but he don't know how to find me, so you ain't got to worry, dear.
I haven't seen him in that long.
Brooke was just in here, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Brooke was in here.
Yeah.
I feel like this is, forgive the host and everybody. This is me speaking. I could never really trust a bitch that claims to be a white woman and the light skinned and this and that, and ain't got no teeth and all these things that are just like the outrageous from the giddy up. Okay, I'm already like, get the fuck out of here. Excuse my language, but
you do realize that little girl is probably gonna come out dark skinned like her siblings, right?
That's what I'm saying. I was already like suspicious of if she was really even pregnant. And then you coming out saying that you had a surgery from a midwife and you born in the wrong year and all this, and then you're like, psych, I was born in this year. Girl, get yo, if she wants smoke, I got it. You know,
it must be that Baltimore water that rot them teeth out.
Whew.
So, are you saying that you don't believe she's pregnant at all, or you think she is pregnant?
I don't believe nothing she says. Period.
Okay.
She don't believe nothing she said. I mean, there's the thing when she was advertising her vagina and stuff like that and tried to make a light joke about it. Like, is your husband pimping you? And shouldn't a pimp be physically able to get up and run and protect you? Need be. That fat nigga can't move past go.
Well, somebody in the chat said that why is she worried about what they use for the dental work as something that's blocking her from getting her teeth done when she used all that skin bleach. I was like, ooh.
Mm-hmm. For real. Like, she's trash. I'm so serious.
Well, Miss Pam said the right thing. She said she worried about her fucking healthy hair, shit like that, and but she don't give a fuck about the other shit. Like, yeah, you broke my hair. You have a beautiful head of hair, and that's it. Where's your teeth?
Mm-hmm. Facts.
I wonder how her mouth smell.
Woo. Hi everybody. Hi everybody. I'm just that just caught me very off guard today. Like, you're lying about your age. You're lying about, I mean, that's a lie. Ain't no midwife cut you open, B.
No. And see, that shows you that she's not even smart enough to know better. You're not even smart enough to know that a midwife cannot do surgery. They have to stitch together muscles and all that type of stuff. You can have complications. It's like sometimes midwives can't do vaginal birth if it's deemed that the pregnancy is too high risk. Because the mother have high blood pressure or any type of thing. You can't use a doula or a midwife. So to actually think that you got one over on people by saying a midwife gave you a C-section, and it just shows like you don't even care enough to know that you sound like utterly easy to prove and to be a liar.
Okay. Let's get into it.
Well, they like liars over here. People could fall off a roller coaster and be dead for half of the day and come back to life like they're fucking Lazarus or some shit like that. So this is what we do over here,
Oh no.
Oh my God. J. Dunn and Pizarro went around and around and around today on Bree's panel about that. J. Dunn was not letting go. J. Dunn's like, how you don't have no generational wealth? It's your mama's fault. It's your mama's fault. She fucked up your generational wealth because she should have sued them people. If you said you was dead for hours, your mama didn't sue. Yeah, that's why y'all fucking up generational. I was like, and you know how Jay Dunn is with like a dog with a bone. Oh my God.
Well, we know it's not true because automatically she would have to sue or whatever. Automatically, an ambulance chases it would make it. And as poor as those people are or whatever, most people are not wealthy or whatever, or not rich, struggling or whatever. It is no way she wouldn't be able to sue. So it's like that they just go for lies on here. People are like, well, how the person's not telling the truth? What the fuck? I'm not stupid. That's how I know. Like, come on. Never mind.
Girl,
never mind, because it's just everything for somebody, from busting heads open to somebody thinking they fucking young Dolph, it's just it's ridiculous.
See, you okay. So as far as like, look, first of all, I was taking a nap when that was happening, and I thought it was a fever dream that I was hearing all that, but I was like, go off, dream. I love this dream I'm having. It's hilarious. But yo, that was the real shit Jay Dunn was spitting. I don't even fuck with Jay Dunn.
Oh my God. She had me rolling. I was like, oh, she's not letting up. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Nah, because that's real shit. Like that when Jay Dunn be like, I don't understand why Jay Dunn like, I don't understand why, like she really don't like Pizarro, but she always be over there with them. Like, but I do know that she be getting like attached to issues and then just be wanting to argue about it. Like when she's, like the last time, she was on that humidifier shit. Like, she just be ready to like go at it with Pizarro. So a lot of that goes on over there on them chaos panels.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like she really has it in for Pizarro, but she'll be cordial for however long, and then just let have.
Jada don't like anybody but Tita. That's the only person she likes. She doesn't like anybody but Tita. She tolerates us the rest of us. Let's understand that.
And she like tailor-made hair studios.
Yeah, so that's two people. That's it. It doesn't go in Zulu. So it's three people. That's as far as it goes. You asking that woman for too much if you ask that at like a fourth and fifth person. That's too much.
Not a fourth and fifth person.
Now,
yeah, but that's real. I think she was right, honestly.
Okay, so
but the shit was a lie. So go ahead.
So Tracy made a live. She was cursing me and Bree out, and she said, "First of all, I don't meet men on the internet. I met him on YouTube. I mean, it's how dumb is Tracy?"
Yeah, she said. I heard that she said that. She said, I don't meet men online. Yeah, like literally that. Like I don't meet men online. So then, what's YouTube?
She said, I met him on YouTube. And then she said, that Ronnie Q's lying. Everybody who saw that video know I wasn't eating no food out of my lap. And then somebody came over here and said Tracy said she's gonna pull a clip and show that she wasn't eating food out of her lap. I was like, I don't give a fuck if she pulled a clip because I already got a clip up on LSA where she was eating food out of her lap. I said, now if she tells MU to remove the video, nobody will be able to see it. But like, how is she saying that she wasn't eating food out of her lap?
Yo, I heard you tonight on Coolins. You
Whoa.
were going in.
I didn't know if my mic was working right.
You know what? I would really be mad if I was Tracy at MU for hooking me up with the nigga. I really would, because like I say, like out of all of those, Tracy is really MU's friend, but MU is nobody's friend. She don't even like her fucking kids enough to get clean. So I mean, but I'd be really mad at her because like you know this nigga. So why would you hook your friend up with him? Like why? What kind of shit is this? These bitches don't know how to be fucking loyal to nobody.
And Tracy is oh my God, why would you even accept a so-called friend's leftover, something that they don't even want? And who would accept somebody who does the things that this person does? Oh, I think he got flagged because babe, you did hold a gun out. He's held a gun out on many people, on many people's panels, many a time. She act like that was the first time she ever saw him waving a gun. So no, that's not it. They're trying to say, oh, ZX, he probably didn't strike you. He just liked to take credit for things. So like you guys don't want to give people credit for striking pages now. Like, oh, he couldn't do it because that was the first time you held the gun out. I don't think it was him because of that. No, that's not the first time he held the gun out. Like, get out of here. And I would never in my life see a person online arguing about some petty stuff. He was arguing about some petty stuff in Room Shakers chat one time, and then he pulled out his piece, and I was like, he is an idiot. And you think I would go and visit somebody who does that kind of behavior off of some little petty argument? Can you imagine being in a secluded space with him and he does something like that? He's batshit crazy. I don't think he's really mentally stable.
He's really sadistic. He's sadistic.
Yeah.
He always talks about like how he's gonna have sex with her, what positions, how he's gonna, dispose of his seed in her, and the kind of ways that he wants to dispose of people over her, and how he will harm her, the types of things he wants to do like that. And I don't know, it might be a turn on for old Tracy.
All right, okay, can y'all not hit me? I'm squinching up right now like Mark with Jay Wilson screaming at him. I really was hoping for him and her to be working out. I really did. I really, but yesterday I said, damn it. I really wanted to work. It's somebody for everybody. You know what I mean? I really wanted it to like a love story for real. Call me a hopeless romantic, I
think you are. I think you are.
I do, yeah. I be wanting people relationships like, if you tell me like you happy with somebody and stuff like that, don't matter if they're not my type. I'll be like, go ahead, girl. Love is love. Like I really be rooting for people. And this was a real.
But the real question is, do you like Tracy?
It don't matter whether I like someone or not. Everybody deserves love.
Girl, if you don't like Tracy, I think a lot of people that didn't like Tracy wanted them to work out.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying if you wanted to work out, you can't stand Tracy, and if you wanted it to fail, you had her best interest at heart.
Yes.
No, see, because
that wasn't my Ronnie kid up, but that wasn't my direction. I really wanted it to work. Like I'd be wanting people to find mates. You know what I mean? That shit is a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Ronnie.
Yeah, that's true. But I just don't see why nobody like Paulette. Flip-flopping funky ass. Tracy, they jealous. And he had been saying all these types of really violent violently sexual things to her. And it's just like, oh, they jealous. Oh, Tracy, is she happy? I'm happy for her. This, that, and the other. And then yesterday, when he said he'll punch her in the face, then she was like, well, Tracy's grown. Tracy didn't have men before. Tracy know what she's doing. Instead of just saying, well, maybe she's not uncomfortable with it. Maybe she's accustomed to being abused as well. But this is all that her so-called good Judy has to say about the situation. And I think that, if that's all people have to say, even Misunderstood was like visibly uncomfortable with this conversation with him. But she did drop that link, and then she dropped it again when he fell off, and dropped it again, and then she goes on Kimmy panel. Well, I didn't want to drop the link. I only dropped the link because I wanted to do this, that, and the other. And they were like, "Why would you drop the link and put him on there and let him go in another 2 hours?" Because she don't like Tracy, and she enjoyed him going in another 2 hours. That's why she dropped the link.
And the thing is that you like Kimmy, but Tracy's more of a friend to you. Tracy really likes her, and that's why I find it like that's like kind of fucked up, because Kimmy drag her every time, talk about that what she calls the fellatio act that she gives in the park. What does she call it again?
Oh, I don't know.
She has a nickname for that jawbone. I forgot what she calls it.
What? Underbite licking.
No, but Misunderstood. I mean, I was like, damn, even the junkies disgusted, and that bitch did all types of tricks with dogs and everything. You know what I mean? She was even disgusted by what he said. But you're right, a drunk mind does speak a sober tongue. So, you know what I'm saying? He said what he had to say, but y'all did say she wasn't going to leave. You know what I mean? Like, you could, and like you also said, Ayo, like, you got to do a whole bunch for Tracy to get it. Like, I'm as soon as I think she's going to get on Jay Wilson's ass, it's just like they're cool again. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, because they had kind of like fallen out right before this happened. But Jay Wilson don't give a fuck about Tracy. Jay Wilson was going over there to have something to say because he saw the numbers in Kimmy's chat, and he wanted to take some of them numbers. Jay Wilson is so transparent. He's like an old fucking American cheese rapper. He is just straight through his ass.
No, yeah, Jay Wilson, he was what did he say again? We're gonna say it again. I'm a vlog
father.
Nigga, what the fuck is a vlog father, nigga?
It's a rap. Once Tracy calls somebody her baby, like once somebody calls somebody that, and the chat be like, yo, they was over there talking about you. What happened? And she won't believe it. Like, she'll be like, like for weeks, months, years, until like, something personally has to affect her. That's something dumb as hell. And she will finally decide, like, kick them to the curb. Like, if it's her baby, like, then, she's not letting them go. Period.
That's it right there. Washing machine head.
Oh, washing machine head?
That's what it is. That's what she always referred to. But meanwhile, you always chasing behind somebody's motherfucking husband, bitch.
Oh, but right. And let's talk about this. I think this has been lost in the shuffle of all things, because after this R. Cook debacle went on. No, it was before R. Cook. What was she was done with MU. Kimmy was done with MU, and she's not gonna I have made a decision. I'm not gonna put my chat through this anymore. Why do they say this? Why do I'm not gonna put my this is too much, and this and that and this, and I'm not gonna put my chat through this no more. I had people step to me and they said that they just can't take her, and I have said I am no longer gonna entertain this madness and da 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 da. The very next day, here come another recycled story, the R. Cook story, and who pops on the panel without any objection or anything. On Kimmy's panel, you didn't have to let her up just because she clicked the link. Oh, and I'm going to take up for Kimmy because I heard, and we were on a 4-way conversation, and I heard you say it was because of X, Y, and Z that you were apologizing. And I just want to thank Misunderstood because she was with me through all of this stuff that happened, and she was really there for me. But the last we heard yesterday, you wasn't going to entertain her anymore. But see, that just like, flicker flickered by everybody's realness of the fuck shit that they put before you with all these recycled storylines. So they recycle R. Cook for a way for MU and Kimmy to be friends. No explanations, no nothing. It's just, oh, I appreciate her because I had her on a four-way line to be a witness to some fuck shit, or to say she was a witness to some fuck shit. Whenever I want to get dug out of a hole, I'll just say somebody else. Who do you call to be on the line to get an apology from a nigga who you trying to fuck who's married? Do you have anybody? I would be ashamed to have anybody else on the line if I was fucking around with a married nigga and needed an apology from him.
Well, can we call a thing a thing? The thing is this: you always knew he was married, so no friend of the spouse is no friend at all. So you was wrong for communicating with him. Also, what else? Also, Beach is the one that's wrong because you're supposed to be cool with his wife. So what the fuck was you doing introducing him to anybody for anything? Like, that's really weird. If anything, it's just very weird. So Beach is the motherfucking person that is really at fault because her allegiance was to R. Cook's wife being her homegirl. You go to her house, y'all drink together, well, have barbecues or whatever. Like, Beach, what the fuck you doing? Like, that shit is crazy. And then I wonder how R. Cook's wife really looked to say, well, I'm not insecure because if I was, I wouldn't have Beach around. Have you seen Beach in that thick mustache? Are you serious? Like, she's no competition. Her flat butt, her funny shape, them big, ugly, nasty lips of hers, her ninth grade hairstyles, and that big pink, wet and wild, sloppy lipstick. What is it? Blowjob Betty dick sucking lips she have. That pink lips. She looks ridiculous. That's another grown bitch that's fucking disillusioned on who the fuck she is, like Jay Wilson. They both think they back in their prime in '96. Beach, give it up, bitch. But that's the fucking one. I'm not even going to blame Kimmy or R. Cook. It's Beach. She is the glue that had all of this shit together. Oh, I got the text messages and this and that. She was calling me crying. How is this bitch calling you crying about your homegirl's husband? But nobody caught that.
It amaze me, the people that be behind the scenes together. Like, and they be dead serious. Like...
And why didn't Jay Wilson catch that? That when R. Cook said, yeah, I got you fired, but Beach and him are mad cool. So that means Beach knew this shit and Beach is supposed to be cool with you and was sitting up and smiling in your face. Nobody catches that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why?
Go ahead.
I just want to know, like, if she knew that he was trying to get Jay Wilson fired and she knows him very well, why didn't she try to stop it? And why didn't Jay Wilson unmod her? I really need to know these answers.
He said he wasn't going to unmod her either. So,
because it's all about acting like they're better than us to save face. Like, oh, we're going to look over that. You can't look over that. That's betrayal. Somebody tried to take food off your motherfucking table, snatch the dishes out your kitchen. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I'm not getting this. Like, what the fuck?
I agree. And the thing that really is the icing on the cake, okay, they set themselves up to be, oh, well, we're from this organization and the organization has rules and we have to uphold standards and guidelines and this and that and the other, and to make themselves feel so elitist from everybody else. And they are participating in the most clown shit that you would never see me do, right. But they're trying to set themselves up as if they are better than, and you guys wouldn't understand, but it takes decorum, and they don't play that, and they don't play this. And while they out here doing the dumbest fuck shit, elementary school type of bullshit I have ever seen in my life.
Low-level smut bag shit. You know what I mean? Shit that I'll be looking like, what the fuck y'all doing? Like, that's crazy. I would never introduce my homegirl's husband to fucking nobody. They know better. And nor would I be friends with my homegirl's motherfucking husband. That shit is weird. That shit is this uncouth, unsavory, and just vile. And Beach, truth be told, she's in love. I heard it all. No, you're in love with that man. Like you said, if you wish you were his wife, you do. Because that cracker done left your ass high and dry to being a single fucking baby mama, nigga.
And that was another thing I was like wondering, like, I thought that Beach said that she was finally free, and that she put it out there that one of her sorors was the judge over a case, and she made a post like she was so happy that she was finally free that I thought she meant that she had gotten a divorce. So she took a picture of herself standing in the courthouse. I understand that people respect their sorority, and I understand sorority have colors and all this, but why is everything about branding this sorority? She had on it wasn't the green for the AKA, it was like an evergreen dress and some hot pink stockings, and I was just like, she is just done with this sorority thing. I'm just over it. And all these little T-shirts with sorority sayings and this, that, and the other. I'm sure Vivian making these shirts for her because they cannot act.
Y'all gonna stop fucking with Vivian. That's my whole girl in my head.
Vivian back there on her cricket making all these damn mocked up AKA T-shirts for beach.
That bitch. Somebody put that bitch back in the put that bitch in the time machine and send her fucking back, boy.
She be looking terrible.
She does look terrible competing with her fucking daughter and shit like that. That bitch, like we said yesterday, right? That bitch she's like the type of chick that would have sex with her daughter's boyfriend once her daughter get of age. Like, she remind me of those bitches. She's just disgusting, sitting there pussy popping from them broke, dusty ass niggas in the manosphere and laughing about it. Thought somebody was gonna be happy because she brought that baby making machine over there to fucking Pettyville. Like, we was going, ooh. And she's like, that's my friend. That nigga have 1 million kids under the age of 10 in a 6-year span. How's he a prize, bitch?
I had all those damn kids. But
I had the white girl living with him, but she couldn't sleep in the same bedroom with him.
And yeah, and this is another thing about Beach is, like, if you're a married woman, where is your respect for other married women? When she was on the panel, I went over because we was in somebody's chat and they were saying that R. Cook's wife was on ZX channel. I never go to ZX channel, and I went over there and R. Cook's wife was there, and everybody wanted to hear what she had to say about the situation. Why was Beach doing all the talking? R. Cook's wife got in, I say, about three or four sentences during the whole live, and Beach was on there just running her mouth, blah 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 blah, and talking in circles. You didn't even understand what she was talking about, even if you gave a fuck about what she was talking about. But she took all the time and space up, and R. Cook's wife was up there for a good hour, it seems like, and Beach was doing all this talking. I was like, oh my god,
because she is the acting wife. She is the wife. That's why his wife took a back seat. The wife don't give a fuck like she did. She did to collect the checks and live in comfort. That ain't the first time that nigga been caught up in some shit, because she don't seem like she's surprised about it. You know what I mean? And she said she admitted in so many words, both interactions, both of them corresponding through text message, was inappropriate. She didn't say what it was about, but it's just inappropriate. It could have been like, hey, good morning, sunshine. It's still inappropriate because you're not married to her. You know what I mean? And I think she agreed with Beach being a +1 in their marriage, maybe, you know, and not nobody else.
Child.
Yeah, these people are all fucked up, but let them tell it. They're so much educated than us. They're so much dim and demure, and they have this higher standard, and they're just so fuck out of here. Y'all niggas ain't worth shit. Y'all niggas just like the rest of us hood rats.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here.
And we go through all of this obvious stuff. And then we hear about the mayor stuff, and oh, well, I was broke up with my fiance during that time, and but I was so hurt, and I'm never gonna speak to MU again. She hurt me. And then, hey, Nicole, you something else. Hey, Nicole. That's why when somebody asked about how long it's gonna be before, I was like, tomorrow, and sure enough, it was the next day. Like, I am so done with this wash, rinse, repeat bullshit. I wasn't even going to commentate.
That's another thing. Everybody treats him nice in the sector. I don't know why, because he paid a crackhead for fucking photos. I mean, and I'm not a Kimmy fan, but you passed up Kimmy, who may be a felon, but she ain't no motherfucking crackhead, for a crackhead who give blowjobs in a public park. That tells you what type of nigga he is. He pimping, nigga. Nah, you simping. You pay for pussy. You was a trick.
Yeah, you tricking.
Yeah, everybody done had her in the black sector and all them other sectors in the conscious sector. Why would you pay for anything from this bitch? These
Yeah,
niggas, everybody lives a fantasy. Go ahead.
and
Well,
ain't
it
nobody.
seems
Go
like
ahead.
he did that for some clout. I'm telling y'all, like I'll be preaching this, like that's my word, like that's the word that I'll just always. It always comes back to clout in
Clout
both
for
in
what?
all these sectors, just
Clout
so he could go live and brag about it, like brag about Coochie,
He
brag
gave
about.
away $50 for
He gave away
pictures
dollars
to see
for
some hard
views.
stone titties and a
He,
raggedy used pussy.
yes, and that's simping. That's simping, like in the male world, in the manosphere and all that, right? But then and they gonna laugh at him, but at the same time, like he did that so he could get like them to come and hear him say that he saw and get the highest bidder to pass them along to, because somebody gonna do it and somebody gonna post them on their video. Like who did it? ZX?
I've never seen a bougie crackhead in my motherfucking life. I'm sorry.
Like it's like it's all these storylines like always end up being like, you know, um people be lying about things, life occurrences and stuff like that. Just who wants to do that? Like who wants to be like the focal point of some bull stuff just to have their name known out here? Like just it ends up being like, well, I like one time in my life I was the best dick sucker in the world, like on YouTube. Like, you know what I mean? Like look
Yeah.
misunderstood. Like she's posting how many days she's been sober, like every day on her wall.
And it's all a lie because she was higher than a motherfucking kite at Don Cato's house on video that he gave to ZX back in late June. So how do you get 268 motherfucking days from that back in October? I'm 268 days. Like, bitch, how? I'm counting on my fucking chin. You know, you take your fingers and put it by your chin like a little kid, how you learn how to count and shit like that. I said, that's 268 days. So,
Yeah.
you know, just like she was in rehab with her phone and everything. Mhm.
Mm-hmm. And then they got mad when people were questioning it. They, I talked to Nicole. I talked to Nicole. Yeah, and she
Yeah.
is in rehab. Babes, were you lying, babes? Babes, were you lying? When she got obviously busted, but she was busted a long time ago. Nobody's buying this bullshit from you dumb bitches. Do you think that when I said no, she's not in rehab because she's not in rehab because she's talking about eating candy. They don't give motherfuckers in detox no goddamn candy because you will get hooked on the sugar rush. So they don't want you getting hooked. They don't want anything to interfere and have you wanting something else. So that's why you're not even allowed candy in detox. And then they're going to argue me down like, oh, she don't know what she's talking about. As soon as she said that shit, I was like, this bitch is crazy.
She is like, she makes a whole mockery out of people's journeys, you know, like it's
and then got mad at them smoking weed on her panel yesterday. Like, what?
It's like there's people that's in there who expect because she named the whole sector after it. And then, you know, she mixes and mingles with the beef sector, there's all these other sectors. And it's like people be in there probably like, oh, I thought I was coming here to talk about how many days clean I got, or, you know, and you got people fighting, you got people talking about who had sex with her, got people, you know what I mean? It's like, Lord, what is this?
Everything except that dope dealer she lives with that they call the doctor and her getting herself better for her fucking children.
And she ain't getting better. It's a joke. It's like, you know, it's clickbait. It's clickbait. You know, and she over here hooking people up with woman beaters. It's crazy. That's very triggering to some, you know, to whoever out there. And it's like weird. It's weird.
And I know, it's crazy. And then she never talks about anything about recovery because she doesn't know anything to say about it. And then she goes, oh, if somebody I got 7 months and someone was to ask me how I did it, I wouldn't be able to tell them how. You open your mouth and say how you did it, you dumb bitch. That's how you tell them how. If you actually had 7 months, you could say, I did this, I did X, Y, and Z. And that's what got me to the point where I have 7 years of clean time. But no, I couldn't tell them. I wouldn't be able to tell them, but you're in the sobriety sector, but you never talk about anything about sobriety other than looking at your phone. She can't even remember the days in her head. She always got to pull up her phone and tap at it all furiously to find out how many days she want to lie and say she has.
And no way you could do cold turkey and you've been using drugs for over 20 years. I mean, that's virtually impossible. Shit. Like, so it's like, I think that she probably was fucking getting high while she was pregnant. Because she said she never had a year that she was clean, but then she said she didn't get high when she was pregnant. So, bitch, which was it? Because your kids are not at least 20 years old, neither one of them. So, which one is it? You know, but everybody, oh, she's so pretty. Nigga, weird. She has a long scream face, fucking like her shit is mad long. What is cute about her? She got a long Quagmire's chin. There's nothing cute about her.
Yes.
At all. She's a liar. For her to have so much money, her hair looks like she gets it hooked, the homegirl hookup, sitting in between somebody's legs in a dirty living room. So it's just like, what is so grand about her? Because y'all saw her with paper money to buy a fucking car. Who the fuck buys a car unless they're a drug dealer with fucking paper money?
That's what's up, Demetra. It's good. That's good to know. That's good input because I didn't know that. I know from watching an episode of a TV show, but it was a fictional show that they was like, no candy allowed, no chocolate.
Yeah, because junkies crave sugar. Because I know I had a cousin and he would dig, and he was a dope fiend from the time he was 12 until an elderly man, and he would dig in the fucking jar with his big fat nasty swelling hand from the dope and eat the raw sugar. And they would always have to throw the sugar out because they know he was in the sugar thing, and he would dig the hand just to eat the raw sugar because he used to be a dope fiend, and whenever he didn't have dope, he would eat the sugar like to try to
because it triggers. It triggers the dopamine in your brain and gives it that satisfaction. So that's why it's from what me and Demetria have different understandings, or I may not know everything about every place, but that's why they don't want your the dopamine to be triggered by the sugar to get you having other cravings. So they it's just like you'll start overindulging in the sugar because you start to get that same physical satisfaction off of the sugar. So they're trying to curb all the cravings at one time.
Yeah, but Running Q, that was a big topic of discussion when that happened. A lot of people were on her about that. Like,
no, it's true. If you ever been to a 7-Eleven or store or Wawa's or whatever, like at the middle of the night, you'll see the dope fiends. They come in and you know how they have the candy too for $3 or whatever. They'll buy a whole bunch and put it at the counter. So they tweaking because they be wanting that candy, the Twix, two king size Twix, $4. They be having a bunch of that shit and then pay for it with a bunch of change and shit. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, for real.
Maybe y'all should ask Brooke. Maybe that's how her teeth fell out, rubbing that cocaine on her gums or whatever. How the fuck? How she don't have no teeth at 40-something years old?
Who?
Brooke.
Oh, see, I don't know, but I heard the other day that somebody said that, I think it was one of her ops said that her husband threw a can. I think it was Miss Belinda said that her husband threw a can in her mouth.
Okay, but that would account for 1 or 2 teeth, not the whole mouth.
Oh. But that's a good question too. I don't think literally she never explained that or that I've heard. I'm not sure.
You got a lot of fabulous dope fiends and crackheads over in both sectors. And who the fuck told her she was beef sector? Fucking switching over to MU. She's like, yeah, because I'm beef sector. Bitch, no, you're friends of someone that was in the beef sector. You're not beef sector. You're a friend of Tracy because Kimmy's not even beef sector. So who told you we're beef sector?
You're a beef sector.
He's not in the beef sector. Is Tracy?
Yeah, Tracy is beef sector, even though she has other people over there. She's like Snoop, though. They have everybody over there. So
I don't know. Like Tracy, I guess
Tracy would be beef sector. She just have everybody over there, but she's beef sector, and that will be it. But you're not beef sector. You're friends with someone in the beef sector. Who told you? We don't have no raggedy bitches over here like that.
She did say she was beef sector, and I was like, since when? I mean, you got people over in the beef sector that pulls you out of their ass and use you for content every day to have these all dramatic, boring ass storylines that ain't nobody buying who got a half a wit. But what makes you beef sector?
We don't even have no straight dicks over here to suck. So I mean, where's your place here?
You're talking about my kids. You're talking about my kids. You're talking about my kids. I'm driving. You're talking about my kids. We can have the conversation. We can have the conversation. But she has the inability to even hold a coherent thought in her goddamn empty head.
She's worried about those kids, but those are the same kids you brought that house those kids live in. You brought Don Cato to the house to give him a blowjob, and he talked about that dirty ass bathroom.
But the thing is, go ahead. I'm sorry. But the thing is, nobody's talking about her kids. If you say something about her parenting, she lies and says you're talking about her kids. No, we're talking about your parenting. So it's always trying to, construed and reconstructed as if somebody was dogging her kids out. And then for her to sit up and say, oh, she understands that it was bad for Rob to say that he was going to, do something to some kid's school bus and he was going to do X, Y, and Z to somebody else's kids. I understand it's bad, but these are the same people who put my kids in danger and put their addresses out there and say, I don't give a fuck about these people. Like, bitch, sit down. Sit the fuck down. They put my kids' lives in danger. So no, I don't care about these people. They did this to my kids. Like, first of all, you can't even trust that it's true that anybody did anything to her kids. Somebody said you're a fucked up mother, and then she said you did something to her kids.
Now, why neither? Them little kids, they're not over the age of 18. One is like a little ass boy, like a little boy, like he's in grade school. The other one, she's in high school. Them little ass kids right there, them kids. But she don't respect them though. I mean, to tell anybody that your daughter is touching your son, I mean, why would you even say that to anybody? Like, you would just get them help and get yourself help with it, like group therapy. Like that's just weird. And then she had a fucking daughter saying that another man was trying to groom her. Like, who puts their kid up to that sick shit?
Oh my goodness. Y'all, I'm about to
I know
I got to get ready.
All right. Well, thank you for coming up. I appreciate you. I had a ball. And you see this last comment, MU told Tracy she will be in South White Underbelly this month. That must mean she's going to be under some white boy giving head. That's probably the only South White Underbelly she's going to be giving.
She would be inside. So she's going to let that pervert creep nigga that be exploiting people interview her?
Oh Lord, what a mess.
This bitch
all right.
Up. All right, yo. Good night.
Hey, yo, thank you for coming up. Dear self, of course, thank you so much for coming up. I really appreciate you guys. All right, have a good one. And chat, I'm going to wind it up at this part. I think we've said that, just about all we can really say about the situations at hand. And I really want to thank everybody who showed up I want to thank you guys who cashed out me. I really appreciate your support. And so join me next time. I'll give a 30-minute reminder, 30-minute setup so you guys have time to see my reminder. But I really appreciate everyone who came out. And you guys have a great night. Thank you for my mods, UNC Girl, Bad Weave, and Fate Yaya. I think I saw you guys tonight. All right. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.